Strap yourselves in, folks, because this is Trail Terror, and we're about to dive headfirst into a whirlwind of the weird, the unexplained, and the downright chilling. Let's start with a spine-tingling tale. Our brave camper thought it'd be a grand idea to pitch a tent on a tiny island, smack dab in the middle of nowhere.
I've got a knife in here. I've got a knife. I've got a knife.
Around 3 a.m, he is jolted awake by sounds he describes as laughing and grunting. It's completely dark, the kind where you can't see your hand in front of your face. He turns on the light and shouts, aggressively saying he has a knife with him. No sound. He turns off his light, and sure enough, the noises return, weird grunting. He steps out of his tent to look around and investigate, but finds nothing. Just when he thinks it's all in his head, the sounds start again, laughing and grunting. Is it an animal? Maybe. But what kind of animal sounds like that? He retreats to his tent, clutching a knife for protection. He hears more unsettling noises. In the morning, he describes it as footsteps and splashing in the water. The unmistakable sense of being watched. Was his mind playing tricks on him? Amplifying every little sound in the stillness? Or was there truly something out there? Why do people venture into the wilderness alone? Nature is unpredictable, and let's face it, dangerous. While the wild offers solitude and beauty, it also harbors unknown terrors. Think twice before you venture out on such adventures. I will. Next up is a chilling discovery that will leave you questioning everything. Prepare to have your minds blown. A group of bikers seeking adventure in the infamous McCoy mine in Nevada stumble upon a discovery that'll send shivers down your spine. And yes, that's even a kid with them. Brave little soul.
It is getting great. So we can't trust this.
Now, I've seen some strange things, but this takes the cake. A pile of children's shoes. In an abandoned mine. And as if that wasn't creepy enough, there are bones mixed in. It gets worse. Deeper in the mine, they find more skeletal remains. Whether they're human or animal, we can't say. But those shoes, those aren't relics from the past. They're modern. Nikes, Air Jordans, the kind kids wear today. This raises some seriously disturbing questions. Who the heck collects children's shoes and dumps them in a mine? Is this the work of some twisted individual? A serial killer, perhaps using this place as their own macabre trophy room? But if so many kids went missing, wouldn't there have been a major outcry? This mystery is a rabbit hole of dark possibilities. My mind's racing, and honestly, I can't think of a single logical explanation that makes sense. This is the stuff of nightmares. The bikers wisely decide not to venture any further, and honestly, who could blame them? If you have any theories, let us know in the comments. Let's go the Cavern of Lost Souls, and trust me, what you're about to see will leave you scratching your head.
Gotta watch out, I don't want to cut myself. I'm just exploring, just seeing everything. I don't know any other explorers or people who have actually came.
This isn't your average cave. Opened in 1836 and closed around 1960, this Welsh slate mine holds a secret 200 feet underground. Brace yourselves, because it's filled with hundreds of abandoned cars. Hundreds. And no one knows how they got there. This place has become a dumping ground. Fridges, TVs, microwaves. Even entire cars are tossed down a small opening, landing in this deeply flooded chamber. It's a scene straight out of a fever dream. A single ray of light pierces the darkness, revealing a twisted, rusting pile of metal and machinery. Just look at that. Cars stacked upon cars. Who knows what else is hidden in that mess? Oh, and check it out. They even found a sword. This is a place where the mundane and the bizarre collide. Why were these cars dumped here? Was it simply a matter of convenience? Or is there a darker secret buried beneath the surface? While it may not be inherently creepy, it's a question that lingers, a puzzle with missing pieces. This next clip is going to send chills down your spine. It's nighttime, and our intrepid videographer is filming in the dark, surrounded by trees and dense foliage. They focus on a specific wooden pole or part of a tree, and there it is, a bizarre creature. At first glance, you might think it's a frog or some kind of insect. But as the camera zooms in, the truth becomes far more unsettling. This thing, it's got humanoid features. Tiny. Yes, but unmistakably human-like. It's enough to make your skin crawl. What in the world are we looking at? Is this a new species? Or something that defies all scientific explanation? The sheer bizarre nature of it, combined with its miniature size and human-like appearance, is deeply unsettling. Imagine stumbling upon this in the dark. It'd be enough to send anyone running for the hills. Next time you're out in the wild, keep your eyes peeled. You never know what might be watching you. Next up is a mystery that will leave you wondering if it's real or a hoax. This footage takes us to the mountains, where someone's recording a video focused on a cave. But it's what's inside the cave that'll make you do a double take. There, standing eerily still, is a human-like figure. But here's where it gets weird. It has a glowing head. Think Mysterio from Spider-Man. That's the vibe we're getting here. Now, let's address the obvious questions. Where is this? Is this some kind of elaborate hoax? A staged publicity stunt? We've seen people do crazier things. But what if it's not fake? What could it possibly be? The glowing head, the unsettling stillness. It's both captivating and utterly bizarre. Is it a technological marvel? Or something not of this world? This raises more questions than it answers. The secrets the wild might be hiding, some of them stranger than any fiction. Okay, I'm not sure what to make of this next one.
Over where?
This little girl is complaining to an adult about something in the woods. The adult turns the camera in the direction she's pointing, and there seems to be somebody behind the trees. Now, let's slow it down and take a closer look. What do you think? Is that really a human? To my eyes, it's a humanoid figure. But I can't be certain. This figure seems to have no head. A human body, with no head. And I don't think it's wearing any clothes. It looks more like a smoky outline of a person. I'm pretty sure this isn't a hoax. Who would involve a kid in something like that just for views? This is genuinely creepy. Any guesses what it could be? There are kids around. Could they be in danger? If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Venturing into the woods at night is never a good idea. And this next clip is a prime example of why.
There's no string around it.
The hell, do you see that over there?
What?
Oh shit! What the?
We've got two guys strolling through the forest in the dead of night. It's pitch black, their flashlight barely cutting through the darkness. Yet they seem completely unfazed. About a minute in, they spot something odd. A masquerade mask lying on what looks like a dirty bedshed. Now here's a question they should have asked themselves. How is that mask so pristine white while everything around it is filthy? It's almost as if someone deliberately placed it there. But hey, these guys aren't exactly Sherlock Holmes. If they were, they wouldn't be wandering around the woods in the dark. A bit further on, they find another mask. This time, a full-face one, hanging from a tree with tape. Still white. Still creepy. They pick it up, examine it, completely oblivious to the growing unease. And then, did you see that? A figure in a black costume and matching mask. Our adventurers finally get a dose of fear and take off running. What was that masked figure doing out there? Did our guys accidentally stumble upon some bizarre ritual? We may never know. But one thing's clear. I told you so. Stay out of the woods at night. Actually, just stay out of the woods, period. Unless you want to end up as prey, a ritual sacrifice, or tonight's special for a cannibal cult. Are we alone in the universe? This next clip doesn't exactly answer that question, but it certainly adds fuel to the fire. We're looking at footage of smoke billowing from a volcano. Nothing too unusual there, right? We've all seen videos of active volcanoes. But pay attention to what's happening above the smoke. Did you catch that? Let's rewind and take another look. See that silvery object descending from the sky? It's heading straight for the volcano's opening, and then, poof, it vanishes into the smoke. Now, this isn't your average falling object. It seems to be moving with purpose, its speed fluctuating as it descends. So, what the heck is it? Your guess is as good as mine. Could it be an unknown flying object? It's certainly not something we can easily explain. And the way it disappears into the smoke is just bizarre. If anyone out there has a logical explanation for this, please enlighten us in the comments, because right now I'm leaning towards the extraterrestrial hypothesis. This next clip. Well, it's one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. I honestly don't even know how to categorize it. Unknown flying object? Supernatural, natural phenomenon? I'm genuinely stumped. Take a look at this. See those lights? Notice how they're moving around something in circles, almost like they're encircling it. And the speed, this isn't some kind of drone or aerial vehicle. These lights are zipping around like they're straight out of a nightclub, but the way they change direction and form patterns. It's deliberate. So, what in the world is going on here? Is it some kind of elaborate laser light show designed to trick us into believing it's something extraordinary? Or are we witnessing something truly otherworldly? Are these extraterrestrial entities? Or perhaps some kind of unexplained natural phenomenon? I'm at a loss here. If anyone out there knows where this footage is from or has any insights, please share them in the comments. I need to solve this mystery. Bigfoot. It's a mystery that should have been solved by now, right? Either debunked or proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. But this legend just refuses to die. Take this clip from December 2012, for example. Now, let me be upfront. I'm skeptical. I've seen far more convincing Bigfoot footage than this. But it's floating around out there in the Bigfoot-obsessed corners of the internet. So let's take a look. If you squint, you can see a few dark figures standing amongst the trees and bushes. They're not moving in this short clip. Bigfoot believers are calling it proof. But is it? Could we really consider this shaky, blurry footage as valid evidence of Sasquatch? Personally, I'm not convinced. It could easily be shadows, a trick of the light, or just plain old dark spots. The clip is too brief, the footage too unstable, to definitively say it's Bigfoot. But hey, I could be wrong. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comments. After all, the mystery of Bigfoot endures, and maybe, just maybe, this is a piece of the puzzle. From one mystery to another. This time with a claim that might raise a few eyebrows. This guy says he's cracked the age-old mermaid enigma. Yep, you heard that right, mermaids.
Where? You see that? What on earth is that? You see that right there? A mermaid.
He's standing near a freshwater pond or stream, spouting some interesting theories. Yeast play clip of him talking about government conspiracy. Okay, let's pause for a moment. Government conspiracy about mermaids being exclusively saltwater creatures. I'm not so sure about that. I don't think there's an official government stance on this whole mermaid thing, other than they probably don't believe they exist. But let's get to the juicy part. The footage he claims will prove mermaids are real. Now, this is where my skepticism kicks in. First off, the mermaid conveniently waits until he points to the pond before making its grand appearance. And surprise, surprise, it appears exactly where he's pointing. Also, it looks, well, a bit too perfect, almost like it was digitally created. I want to be excited, folks, I really do. But this just doesn't feel authentic. Not a good day for proving legends, I guess. Bigfoot and mermaid footage both falling flat. But hey, there's always hope. Maybe the clips to come will give us something a little more convincing. Our next clip takes us to India, where things are about to get strange. These guys seem like your average ghost hunters exploring an abandoned structure in the dead of night. But what they capture on camera is anything but ordinary. Seriously, what is that thing? It's moving on all fours, but with humanoid features. And those glowing eyes. It's like something out of a horror movie. Yet, these guys aren't exactly running for the hills. Were they expecting this? Did they come here hoping to encounter something like this? Now, I'm usually skeptical, but something about this footage feels different. The way those arms are as long as its legs, the unnatural movements. It's hard to dismiss it as a hoax. What if it's real? Could it be a creature confined to this specific location, explaining why the guys aren't freaking out? Who knows? But real or not, it's undeniably creepy. Our world is full of bizarre mysteries. And this clip is a chilling reminder of that. As Melisandre from Game of Thrones so aptly put it, the night is dark and full of terrors. Our next clip offers a glimpse into the curious workings of the human mind. That strange tendency to believe irrational actions can have real-world effects. Case in point, the Nevada shoe tree.
Messages on the bottom of the soles or on the sides, like their names and stuff. But, so this is the Nevada shoe tree.
Yes, you heard that right. A shoe tree. Now, footwear doesn't magically sprout from this tree, but people have been flinging shoes onto its branches for ages. It's a long-standing, well, I'm not sure if I'd call it a ritual or a superstition. The guy filming mentions that there used to be another shoe tree that met an unfortunate end, and folks simply transferred their shoe-throwing tradition to this one. Just look at it. The sheer number of shoes dangling from those branches is mind-boggling. I'm dying to know why people do this. Is there a specific reason, a belief attached to it? If anyone has any insights, please share them in the comments. Oh, and wait a second. Is that a bra hanging up there too? Looks like we might need to rename this the Nevada Shoe and Bra Tree. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Next up, a sign from the skies that's bound to leave you wondering.
I don't know what this is, but it's way above where the planes fly. That's gonna cut out.
Check out this strange blue light hovering high above. The person filming insists it's not an aircraft. Way too high up and moving far too slowly. Satellites, planets, meteors. None of those seem to fit the bill. This thing is definitely within Earth's atmosphere, just at an unusual altitude. So what could it be? I'm inclined to agree that it's not a plane. But the shape, it's almost like those artist renditions of black holes we see, circular with a stream of light or some unknown substance emanating from the center. Could this be an unknown flying object? And then, just like that, it's gone. Vanished. This rules out any man-made object. Airplanes and meteors don't just disappear into thin air. This felt deliberate, like someone flicked a switch and turned off the light. With all the recent declassification of government files and former military personnel coming forward with their own unknown flying object encounters, it makes you wonder, what's really up there? Are they here? And if so, what are their capabilities? How advanced must their technology be to traverse the vastness of space? The mystery deepens, and the truth remains elusive. After that glimpse of a potential unknown flying object, let's turn our attention to a creature that seems truly out of this world. Honestly, I have no idea what we're looking at here. Is it a worm? A snake? Some kind of amphibian? It's hard to say, but the most bizarre part is definitely the head. Or what appears to be the head. It looks like the flukes of a whale, but positioned at the front of its body. Here's a thought. Is it possible this creature is actually moving backward, creating the illusion that the fluke is the head? But then again, back end looks normal. A typical creature's tail. I'm stumped. All I can say for sure is that this is one bizarre specimen. It just goes to show the incredible diversity of life on Earth. From single-celled organisms to the mighty dinosaurs, Mother Nature is truly the greatest artist of all time, and sometimes her creations are just a little bit creepy. Hold on to your hats, because this next clip is taking us sky high for a truly mind-boggling sight. Our pilot is cruising along, thousands of feet above the ground, even showing us the altitude on his instrument panel for proof. Then he pans the camera out. There it is. A small, metallic-looking object spinning and zipping through the air in the opposite direction of the plane. This thing is moving fast. And at that altitude, it's definitely not a balloon. Balloons don't defy gravity and zoom around like that. This object has to be propelled by some kind of force. So what in the world is it? A drone, an experimental aircraft, a rogue piece of space debris, or could it be something even more extraordinary? Something extraterrestrial. The pilot's baffled. And frankly, so am I. This clip is a stark reminder that even in our seemingly familiar skies, there are still mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Get ready to gaze skyward once again, because this next clip is a real head-scratcher.
It's gone. Wait, I don't know.
This footage captures something pretty extraordinary. 3 distinct lights are hovering amongst the clouds, forming a triangular formation. 1 large light, 2 smaller ones. They're not just twinkling either. These lights seem to be morphing, their edges blurring and changing shape. It's most noticeable in the largest one, but the smaller lights are doing it too, to a lesser extent. Suddenly, the big light starts to expand, growing larger and brighter, then shrinking rapidly until it vanishes completely. The smaller lights follow suit, disappearing in the blink of an eye. What in the world did we just witness? A portal. A gateway to another dimension. This is definitely not your run-of-the-mill natural phenomenon. I'm at a loss for a scientific explanation here. This clip leaves us with more questions than answers. If our last clip left us grasping for words, this next one is a bit more straightforward. Well, at least in terms of what we're seeing. The only real question is whether it's genuine. Let's dive in and try to figure it out. The footage seems to be taken from a helicopter, judging by the distinct sound of the rotors. And what are we looking at? Focus on that brown structure nestled amongst the trees. It's not on the ground. It's a brown disc, hovering and spinning in midair. In classic terms, it looks like a bona fide flying saucer. Now, this is where it gets interesting. As far as we know, there's no man-made object that resembles this thing. And there's nothing particularly outlandish about the footage itself that raises immediate red flags. So, could this be the real deal? Is this solid evidence of an alien spacecraft in our atmosphere? It's certainly a compelling possibility. But as always, we encourage healthy skepticism. Analyze the footage, share your thoughts in the comments, and let's try to unravel this mystery together. After soaring through the skies, let's bring it back down to Earth. The wild and untamed plains of Zimbabwe, to be exact.
Hey, stop! Hey! Steady, my boy, steady. Take it easy. Steady. No. Hey! No! Come on, that's enough.
We're joining the legendary Stretch Ferreira on a guided tour. With nearly 4 decades of experience, Stretch runs the renowned Stretch Ferreira safaris and knows the African wilderness like the back of his hand. Things take a dramatic turn when the group encounters an elephant. Suddenly, it charges aggressively towards them. This is where Stretch's expertise shines through. He remains incredibly calm even as the elephant gets dangerously close. He stands his ground, using confident gestures to try and pacify the agitated animal. It's a breathtaking display of human-animal communication. But this heart-stopping encounter serves as a stark reminder. Wild animals are unpredictable. We must respect their space and avoid encroaching on their territory. This video could have easily ended in tragedy. One wrong move, and it would have been lights out. It's thanks to Stretch's vast experience and quick thinking that everyone escaped unscathed. Talk about a bizarre display of, if I'm going down, you're coming with me. This fisherman has hooked something on his line, but it's not quite what he expected. Instead of a fish, he's reeling in a frog, but this isn't your average amphibian surrender. This frog is clinging onto a fish for dear life, refusing to let go. It's a desperate bid for survival. Maybe the frog thinks the fisherman will take the fish and spare its life. Or perhaps it's just pure, unadulterated panic. Whatever the reason, this is a fascinating glimpse into the survival instincts of animals, and a reminder that nature is full of surprises. Who knew a fishing trip could turn into a tug of war between a frog and its fishy hostage? This picture was taken in 2015 when a mysterious creature was found on the banks of a river near the town of Sosnovy Bor, Russia, which was built in the 1950s to serve the Leningrad nuclear power plant. Its elongated body, claw feet, and mysterious skull have gotten alien hunters excited at what could be evidence of life on other planets. Either that or it's a mutant chicken embryo, which is what experts first thought it might have been. However, some believe that if it is a corpse, it isn't from any known animal on the planet. To be fair, the body does look a bit like the aliens from movies. Though what it was doing, poking around a nuclear power plant in the middle of Russia, is anyone's guess. I personally lean to the idea that the nuclear waste might have affected some animals in the area, giving rise to this abomination. Mutations can be way scarier than anyone can ever think. These mutations, which were very rare before, have been happening quite often these days, especially in India, where every other day we see, for some unknown reason, a case of cows or goats with weird mutations being born. This clip shows a glimpse into one of such cases. This cow gave birth to a calf, but unfortunately, it was not born normal. It had 2 heads instead of a normal one. The survival of the calf in these kinds of cases is very rare. Hardly any of these have survived for months, let alone years. But that won't stop the mother from caring for what she has just given birth to. We can only hope these things stop and someone finds a better solution to this problem, which appears to be increasing with every passing day. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Safari trips can be very exciting, but only if you are as careful as necessary. Otherwise, it might take a second for the fun to end and chaos to start. Something like that happened to this family who got too close for comfort with bears, thinking they would be as friendly as in Disney movies. However, reality hit them when one of the bears decided to pay a closer visit and opened the car's door. The kids in the back started screaming, and the man tried to close the door back as soon as he could, while the bear just stood there wondering what had suddenly happened to such friendly, happy humans. Thankfully, the bear was not in the mood for violence, and it perhaps got scared of the screams too. It would not be wrong to say that there was a big possibility that things could have ended in the worst possible ways. Remember people, always keep your car doors locked when encountering wild animals. You'd be surprised how intelligent they are. Natural phenomena can be beautiful when we talk about rains and thunderstorms, but they can become scary and destructive when we shift towards earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. This clip shows one part of the scary natural phenomena, volcanic eruptions. It not only has the power to burn anyone near it alive, but the effects are so vast that even complete forests stretching for hundreds of miles can be destroyed in a matter of hours, as shown in this video recorded a few years ago. We can see the way lava is flowing, completely destroying everything and anything it touches on its way. I for sure would not want to find myself anywhere near that place. Animals might not always ask for help, but they need it when the time comes, and have the ability to appreciate the help too once they get it. Take this clip, for instance. When a man saw an elephant stuck in a ditch, unable to come out by itself, he knew he had to do something. So, he brought the right equipment and helped the elephant get out of the problem it had gotten itself into. It took him just a few seconds, but it does not end there. After the elephant got out, It did not just leave. Instead, it turned back and looked at the excavator, waiting to show some gratitude first, which it did by rubbing its head on the excavator. That just shows how animals do have feelings and can appreciate kind gestures whenever they are shown. If you have the chance, help an animal in need, and you might get such gestures as well. If you think only volcanoes and oceans can be scary, wait until you see this tornado wreaking havoc in the area. Recorded in 2019, this video was uploaded on Facebook by some guy who wanted to share with people the sheer power of nature. In the clip, we can see a massive tornado tearing apart the whole place, while the guy records it all from a safe distance. Even the electric wires are gone, causing sparks every now and then. The video is hardly 21 seconds, but in that little time, the chaos that was caused was immeasurable. As the video comes towards the end, we can see the tornado moving towards the place where the man was filming it all. Therefore, he resorted to escaping to safety rather than standing there stupidly just for the sake of some footage. With how frequent natural disasters are becoming, I ask you all to please be mindful of your safety and remember just how powerful Mother Nature can be. Recorded and uploaded on TikTok by a user named DeBlankers, this video had everyone in shock when they first saw it. What appears to be a spooky night soon turns into actual terror when a weird-looking creature appears on the screen crawling on the ground. The creature looked very skinny to be a human, and yet it did not resemble an animal either. What was it? For many, it was the infamous skinwalker accidentally caught on the trail camera. However, for others, it was just a hoax and nothing else. As the video gained more and more views, the mixed reactions it was getting got intense. Till today, no one has been able to tell what exactly it was. Was it really the skinwalker? What do you think? Hiking can be fun until you come face to face with the ultimate terror that nature is. In this video, we can see from the point of a few guys up a mountain slope, looking down at a bear making its way down the path. They are increasingly worried, yelling to get off the trail. We soon can see the three men on the other side of the trail making a run for it. I have to say that in this kind of situation, running is perhaps your worst choice. These killing machines of nature can catch up to you in the blink of an eye. But luckily for them, this bear did not seem in the mood to run, perhaps being already full from another meal. When you think you have seen it all, nature takes the weirdest things and puts them right in front of your eyes. For instance, in this clip, this man saw a creepy creature rolling around in the hay bush. At first, he could not decipher what exactly was it, but soon enough, we realized that it's actually entangled snakes in a strange way. What were the snakes up to? Were they fighting over something? Or is it their way of making love? The first time I saw this, it made me think of the mythical creature called Hydra, but on a miniature scale. Anyway, quite a bizarre sight to see while walking in the forest. Bigfoots have always been a topic of interest for many. Some have even gone past limits to just get a hold of some evidence which points towards the existence of these mighty creatures. One such guy happened to actually record a clip of the infamous Bigfoot on his trail camera. The giant creature, caught for a glimpse, presents a body covered completely in dark hair, is spotted passing by the trail camera while staring straight at it. The camera was mounted in a very deep spot in the woods. Therefore, the chances of it being a human are slim. Moreover, the face looks so strange, it certainly did not look like belonging to a human. Or if it was a human, the makeup team must be really good. My personal opinion is that this is a valid footage, although very blurry. What's your opinion? Picture this. You're on a peaceful walk through the woods, the kind where the only sounds are the rustle of leaves and the chirps of distant birds. But suddenly, the tranquility is broken by the sound of your own heavy breathing and an unexpected encounter. The video rolling on your screen right now captures a tense moment where man meets wild. With nerves of steel, is walking backwards down a narrow trail, his phone camera capturing a sight that's both beautiful and alarming. Right there, not too far behind him, is a mama bear and her two adorable cubs. They're ambling down the path, as if they own it. And well, in a way, they do. You can hear the man trying to keep it light, muttering, "Come on guys, give me a break." His voice a mix of awe and anxiety. Those cubs just keep coming, curious and oblivious to the human's dilemma. The video cuts off before we find out, leaving us hanging on the edge of our seats. So, what do you think happened next? Did our backward walker finally get his break, or did the bear family decide to tag along a little longer? You never know when driving out at night can turn into a scary experience for you. Something like that happened to the guy in this video who was driving alone when he saw something on the side of the road. It was a woman walking all alone by the side of a remote road with no light. As he stopped to ask if she needs help, she only made a terrifying sound.
Excuse me, you need help? What the?
I have to admire the courage of the man to stop and ask her if she is okay, and to keep his cool even when the encounter turned even creepier. But what was really up with that woman? Was she a ghost or a crazy woman? What do you think? This man took his kids out for a nice day in the woods, but what he did not know was that their day was about to turn from good to worse in a second. As he watches and records his kids playing, he starts noticing something weird. There weren't just his two kids, but someone else too. As the creepy short creature with a big head moves towards the children, not just the dad, but the kids also get scared, so they run towards their father who keeps shouting at them. The video lasted for a few seconds, but that must be the most terrifying seconds of the guy's life for sure. Was it an alien? A ghost? For me, it looks like some kind of a prank as well, but still nothing could be said for sure. This video was recorded by a man who kept hearing weird sounds from an abandoned building near to where he lived. So one night, he decided to go check what was happening and see if there was anyone there. But what he did not know was that he was about to witness a very dangerous situation. As he moves towards the building with a flashlight on, a figure appears inside the building behind the wall. What looked like a tall, dark, human-like figure with glowing eyes stared straight at the man. I don't know about you, but at this point, I would close the recording and head back home immediately. But instead, this man followed the figure. Once inside, we can clearly see that there is no one. Where did the figure go? Was it a ghost or just a guy playing pranks on others? Honestly, looking at those scary eyes, it did not look like a normal human being to me. However, the conclusion is still yours to make. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Nature isn't always peaceful and quiet. Sometimes it can get way scarier than you can even imagine. Take this clip for instance. It was a usual day with nothing weird happening until the lightning struck and hit the water straight, and in a second we saw huge waves splashing and damaging things everywhere. It looked like someone tried cutting the water in half with a gun from a science fiction movie. What exactly was that? Was it some kind of lightning or a controlled explosion? Recorded and uploaded by a guy a couple of years ago, this clip had not just him, but everyone who saw it confused. According to him, he and his friends were out hiking on the mountains when they spotted a man far away descending down the hill. They saw him and thought he must be some lone hiker. However, it took them a few moments to realize that what they were seeing might not be just a human. Was that the infamous Bigfoot? There is still a chance that it could be just a human on a solo adventure. But the whole situation looks weird. What do you think? This video was uploaded years ago, when a man claimed that he had captured a ghost on his camera. It was late at night that the guy went to the spot that was famous for being haunted. At first, he recorded the old tree, with nothing spooky to see there. But as the camera shifted towards the other side, we can see a figure standing nearby with glowing eyes. It looked like a human. However, the eyes and the way it stood still the entire time showed that it was no ordinary human being. According to the man, it was a ghost who had haunted the place for hundreds of years. To me, it does look like a ghost, and I am not sure why people decide to go to haunted places in the middle of the night. Don't they care for their own safety? Thunderstorms and rains can be soothing. However, things take a quick turn towards it being spooky, especially when something like this happens. During a storm, when dark clouds had covered the whole sky, some guys were capturing the moment on their camera when a weird symbol started appearing in the clouds. As the video was uploaded by the man, it gained different reactions, along with millions of views. To some, it was an alien spaceship hidden in the dark clouds, while to others, it looked like an apocalyptic sign. I am not sure what theory to lean towards. What do you think? This video features a moment straight out of nature's wildest ones, and it is for anyone who thinks they can outrun a bear. As this man was recording the woods from a helicopter, he spots a bear wandering nearby. As they were looking to get better footage of it, the bear got scared of the sound and started running. As you all can already see, the bear did not just run, but it was in a full-blown sprint at a speed I am sure none of us could outmatch. In case any one of you is thinking that you can outrun a bear, you can already see here that you stand no chance, because these mighty beasts will not just catch up in no time, but also tear you apart with little to no effort. Trail cameras always come in handy, especially when it comes to capturing spooky stuff happening in the darkest times, in the deepest regions. Take this clip for instance. At first all we could see was just some deer grazing and having a nice time, but it wasn't until the deer turned towards the trees and started staring there that we sensed that something weird was happening there. If we slow down and stabilize the background a little, we can see that a weird light appeared there for a while. It moved a little before disappearing. What was it? Was it an alien or something completely different? Does anyone have an explanation? Usually humans get drunk at night and stumble here and there, but sometimes animals get weird like that as well. Take this clip for instance, recorded by a security camera. It shows a deer cautiously approaching a cat while walking in a silly way, perhaps cautious. I find it quite amusing how both animals got scared of each other, but I do have to warn you of leaving your cats out when you know wildlife is nearby. I once lost a cat this way. This clip starts off with a woman screaming in horror, as if she had seen a demon or something. But then the video progresses and we get to know exactly why. At first, she tries showing it on camera through the window, but that does not work, so she runs towards the door of her house to get a clear picture of what she was seeing. It looked like two glowing red eyes a little far from their home, as if a massive demon was standing in the dark looking towards them. Could this be a wild animal, curious or looking for a quick meal? Or can it be something more creepy stalking the family? As these two guys went up the snowy mountains for some fun, they had not expected that they would witness a Sasquatch with their own eyes there. Covered completely in snow, it was impossible for any human to be there all alone. Even though neither the men nor us can see it clearly, the whole situation makes it look suspicious. Could this really be a Bigfoot sighting? At first, I was unsure, but considering the fact that it was literally in the middle of nowhere, I am starting to think that it might actually be the infamous Sasquatch. Humans have always been curious minds, But sometimes that curiosity leads them into situations that are too deadly and dangerous to come out of safely. This is exactly what happened here when a man decided to wander around in an abandoned area all alone and late at night. I have no idea what the man was expecting to see there, but he was definitely not prepared for this. A white figure is what his camera captured, half laying on the ground making the scariest noises. The question arises, what was it? A prank done by someone or a real encounter with a rake? With only this clip as source, nothing can be said for sure. The cyclist was enjoying his ride in the woods without a care in the world until he turned to his right and saw a massive bear following him. The sight was terrifying, but the cyclist somehow remained calm and pedaled to escape the pursuing predator. I know I told you that you can't outrun a bear, but apparently you can outpace it with a bike. Fortunately, he found a tree to hide behind, and just then gunfire erupted, scaring the bear away. The man was fortunate to escape the situation unharmed, as it is challenging for someone to get away safely when faced with a deadly and enormous predator. It must have been his lucky day, I guess. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. In an autumnal forest setting, where trees stand bare without leaves, a woman captures a curious sight on her camera. She's filming a large, black, hairy creature partially obscured behind the trees.
Hey y'all, this was sent to me and it's really creepy. I don't understand how something this big and dark can fit behind such a tiny tree.
Its appearance closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. Throughout the video, the creature exhibits peculiar behavior. At one point, it attempts to conceal itself behind one of the slender trees. Strangely, as it does so, it seems to vanish, blending seamlessly into the woodland backdrop. The footage is intriguing, sparking questions about whether this could indeed be a sighting of the elusive Bigfoot. This is really interesting footage, but I wonder how come they were able to be so close to this creature and get out alive with the footage. In this video, captured by a surveillance camera at night, an extraordinary scene unfolds in front of a house. The camera records a peculiar creature moving at an incredibly fast pace. This creature stands out due to its unique appearance. It has 4 legs, a long body, and notably, appears to be hairless. Its form and speed are unlike any typical animal usually seen in residential areas. The fleeting nature of this sighting, coupled with the creature's unusual characteristics, raises questions about its identity. Could this be a rare, unidentified animal, or perhaps an unusual breed of a known species? Considering the creature's distinctive features and the blurry nighttime footage, it's challenging to make a definitive identification. What do you think about this? In this video, a woman is walking through the woods, possibly in search of her lost pet. As she films her surroundings, something unexpected catches her eye.
Oh my gosh!
She spots a large, black, hairy creature moving swiftly behind the trees. Its appearance and movement closely resemble what many would describe as Bigfoot. The suddenness of the creature's appearance and its quick disappearance behind the trees add an element of mystery and intrigue to the video. The woman's surprise is not all that enthusiastic. I would for sure be shivering if I spot something like this. But I lean more on this footage being fake. Someone in a costume ready to jump in front of their friend while filming. Do you agree? In this video taken at a zoo, a man films an unusual interaction between a visitor and a monkey. The visitor is sitting in front of the monkey's cage when suddenly, the monkey reaches out and grabs his t-shirt, attempting to pull him closer to the cage. As the situation unfolds, another person steps in, trying to help the man being pulled. However, the monkey is surprisingly strong and determined, even managing to grab the man's foot, continuing to pull despite the efforts of the helper. This encounter is both intriguing and a bit alarming. Monkeys are known for their curiosity and sometimes mischievous behavior, but this level of aggression is uncommon, especially in a zoo setting where animals are used to human presence. Maybe this should let us know that these creatures are not very fond of being kept in captivity. In this video, a man is paddleboarding in the ocean when he suddenly encounters an orca, also known as a killer whale, approaching his board. Understandably alarmed, he reacts instinctively. The video captures him cursing in surprise and fear as he uses his paddle to defensively hit the orca.
Oh, you! Get the fuck, don't fucking bite your board, you cunt!
In response to his actions, the orca eventually turns away and swims off. I am honestly amused by his reaction to meeting an orca so close, especially how dangerous these creatures can be. Orcas are intelligent, powerful creatures, known for their curiosity, which can sometimes bring them close to human activities in the water. While they are generally not known to attack humans, such close encounters can be dangerous. It's fortunate that the situation was resolved without harm to either the man or the orca. I have a deep appreciation for trail cams, as they provide us with unique perspectives of dense woods that would be otherwise impossible to observe in person. Recently, I came across trail camera footage collected from a Canadian forest where multiple cameras were strategically placed to study the deer population. While the majority of the clips depicted deer peacefully grazing and enjoying their surroundings, there was one particular recording that captured something quite strange. Amidst the serene scenes of deer in the forest, a tall black figure emerged in one of the camera frames. This enigmatic entity appeared humanoid, shrouded in thick black fur, and was only visible for a brief moment before vanishing into the wilderness. Some online viewers have dubbed this mysterious creature the mountain beast, yet I can't help but wonder if its appearance aligns more closely with the legendary Bigfoot. This intriguing video comes from Dettifoss Waterfall in Iceland, showcasing a captivating yet strange sight. Uploaded on Instagram, the footage initially captures the breathtaking rush and power of the waterfall. However, a few seconds into the video, a small dark creature enters the frame, climbing over the cliff's edge with unusual movements. This mysterious being, seemingly a blend of lizard-like features and a humanoid body, draws attention with its distinctive appearance. Its movements suggest a deliberate attempt to either avoid the camera or perhaps engage in some form of stalking on the camera operator. Remarkably, the camera person remained oblivious to the creature's presence during filming, only discovering it upon reviewing the footage. The creature's skin exhibits a rough texture, adding to its strange nature. While speculations lean towards it being a cryptid, the true identity of this creature remains uncertain. We all cherish a gentle breeze, offering a soothing touch on our faces. However, when the weather takes a turn for the worse, the wind can transform from a pleasant experience to a potentially scary force, rivaling the impact of an earthquake. In a video captured by a homeowner through his window, the scene unfolds in his front yard, where two resilient trees stand against the formidable wind. The person behind the camera remarks that the wind feels like it's reaching an incredible speed of 100 miles per hour.
This is easy 100-mile-an-hour winds.
A claim supported by the evident struggle the trees face. Despite their initial resistance, the trees succumb to the immense pressure of the relentless wind.
Oh, our tree's gone! We lost 2 trees! Both. Our front yard is gone.
One by one, they topple over, leaving the homeowner to inform his family that their yard, once adorned with these trees, is now empty. The video captures the terrifying sight of nature's force, prompting reflections on the unpredictability of the wind and the potential dangers it poses. Here's another intriguing video captured by a trail camera, featuring a wild forest creature attempting to interact with it. As the video commences, a hairy figure fills the frame, completely obstructing the view. The creature engages with the camera, suggesting either a curious interest or an attempt to consume it as it fiddles with the device, moving it around. After a period of interaction, the creature eventually exits the frame, bringing the video to an end. While some viewers speculate that this might be the elusive Bigfoot, my interpretation differs. Upon closer observation, as the creature departs, its paw comes into view, resembling that of a bear. Additionally, the fur on the creature closely matches the characteristics of a brown bear. Hence, it seems more plausible that the creature captured on camera was indeed a bear, rather than the mythical Bigfoot, as suggested by some viewers. Back in 2014, a video surfaced on the internet that seemed straight out of a horror movie, gaining considerable popularity. Captured by a police officer's head camera, the footage begins with the officer armed and ready to enter a building, clearly on a mission or responding to a call. As the officer explores the rooms along a long hallway, an unsettling event unfolds. In the distance down the hallway, something on the ceiling starts charging towards the officer. The officer, caught off guard, reacts with terror, screaming, and fleeing as the video abruptly concludes. The creature in question appears humanoid and reminiscent of the mythical figure known as the Rake, moving in an eerie manner along the ceiling. Despite the chilling nature of the footage, I think it could be fake. I did a thorough search on the internet with no corroborating information, leading to speculation that the video might be a promotional stunt for a horror movie or video game. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Imagine something more terrifying than just spotting a strange creature in the forest when you're alone. How about being stalked by one? Well, that's exactly what happened to this tracker. In the video he recorded during his forest venture, dense woods stretch out in front of us, and there's something enormous and black directly staring at the camera. This mysterious figure moves slowly, evident from the falling snow as it shifts. It's covered in thick black fur, and its head shape leans towards the humanoid side. To many, it resembled the classic description of a Bigfoot. Despite the eerie encounter, the tracker courageously heads towards the spot where the creature was seen, providing a closer look. That's a pretty bold move considering the size and strangeness of the creature lurking in the forest. Imagine you're on a forest safari and you spot a majestic lion just outside your car. Your natural instinct would probably be to capture some stunning pictures, right? But would you ever consider petting the lion? Well, in this video from a forest safari, a tourist did just that. They stopped their car when they saw the lion and started petting it through the open window. However, the lion wasn't thrilled about the impromptu affection and got agitated.
Close the window. Close the window.
The tourist, realizing the lion's change in mood, attempted to close the window, but struggled to do so. The lion, now in an aggressive state, roared and made a slight attempt to attack. Quick thinking saved the day as the tourist managed to close the window just in time, and the video abruptly ends. It's a close call, and many would argue that it was the tourist's fault for annoying such a formidable creature. Thank goodness the lion wasn't hungry or in a more aggressive mood. Things could have taken a dangerous turn for the tourists. During an afternoon walk in the woods, a couple experienced an unexpected twist when the boyfriend decided to playfully howl. To their shock, a scream echoed back from the depths of the forest.
Do you think it was a person?
Whoa!
I'm like shaking right now. Okay. That scared me. I don't know. Shh.
Unlike a playful response, this growl carries an animalistic tone, leaving the couple bewildered. The eerie sound doesn't match any known animal, adding to the mystery. Feeling a bit terrified, the couple decides to make a hasty retreat from the area. The speculation arises, could this mysterious howl be from a Bigfoot, interpreting the boyfriend's howl as a challenge or threat call? This footage dates back to 1993, capturing a shocking event that fueled skepticism about the existence of aliens. In the video, a serene green field is the backdrop for several cows peacefully grazing. However, things take a bizarre turn when a cow from the distant group starts levitating towards the sky in a straight line, as if something is pulling it upward. As the camera pans towards the sky, a large, bright object shaped like a plate comes into view. The cow disappears into this object, which then rapidly takes off. The following day, the lifeless body of the cow was discovered in a nearby field, seemingly drained of blood. The media interviewed ranch and farm owners in the vicinity, and many expressed anger and frustration about the apparent abduction. One farmer took an unusual precaution, adding antlers to his cows to disguise them as bucks, hoping to deter aliens from abducting them. While the video could be interpreted as a parody, if genuine, it challenges the beliefs of those who deny the existence of extraterrestrial encounters. Ever wondered about the challenges faced by moose, especially in the harsh Canadian cold? A wildlife photographer captured a telling moment where a moose attempts to traverse a frozen lake. As the moose steps onto the ice, it slips and falls, struggling to find traction. The ice beneath the moose begins to thin and break, adding to its difficulties. Seated on the ice, the moose finds it hard to get up, grappling with the slippery surface. The video reveals the daunting predicament these creatures encounter when navigating frozen lakes. Eventually, after several attempts, the moose manages to rise, but the challenges persist as it struggles to walk on the icy surface. This footage sheds light on the harsh realities moose face in such environments, often leading to unfortunate consequences for these majestic creatures trapped in frozen lakes. We often perceive squirrels as cute and harmless creatures frolicking in our backyards, gathering acorns. However, have you ever witnessed their aggressive side? This video, recorded in Texas, captures a surprising encounter between a squirrel and a snake. The squirrel displays remarkable aggression, fearlessly confronting the snake. The confrontation unfolds as the squirrel charges at the snake with remarkable ferocity. The snake, in turn, attempts to defend itself, but the agile and quick movements of the squirrel make it challenging. The squirrel, using its sharp teeth, relentlessly bites the snake's body, showcasing an unexpected and rarely seen aggressive behavior. This unusual and intense interaction provides a new perspective on the tenacity of these seemingly harmless backyard creatures. I personally had no idea that a squirrel even had a chance against these predators, but this one appears to be even winning. Imagine a giant seal casually strolling down your street, demanding treats like a playful visitor. In this video from North America, a massive seal takes a leisurely crawl on the road, showcasing a playful and funny demeanor. Onlookers observe the spectacle, and at one point, the seal charges towards them, adding a touch of excitement before coming to a stop. The seal then treats the audience to a circus-like move, culminating in it laying flat on the ground. This wholesome video highlights the typically jolly nature of seals, known for their non-aggressive and playful behavior. Nevertheless, it's essential to exercise caution and resist the urge to approach or attempt to pet such massive creatures. While they may appear cute and friendly, it's crucial to remember that their behavior can change if they feel threatened or provoked. Living in India, watch out for the karate monkeys. In this video from a shop's security camera, the street scene unfolds with an elderly person strolling casually. Suddenly, a monkey appears on the scene, charging towards something. To everyone's surprise, it targets the old man directly. The monkey executes a strong, two-legged kick, sending the poor man tumbling to the ground. After the attack, displaying its natural agility and parkour skills, the monkey swiftly jumps onto a nearby car and makes a quick getaway. This unexpected encounter raises concerns, as the situation could have taken a more severe turn, especially if the elderly man had hit his head on something during the fall. If you're in India, it's crucial to stay vigilant and be cautious around these mischievous primates to avoid potential encounters like this one. This intriguing video comes from an African forest safari, where a tourist captures footage of a peculiar creature sitting inside a tree. At first glance, the creature appears similar to a baboon, but as the camera zooms in on its face, it reveals features unlike anything seen before. The creature possesses a strange and creepy humanoid hand, sitting upright and fixated on something. In the background, you can hear the voices of a large crowd that has gathered to witness this unusual sight.
Jammer dat ze ons kop niet ziet, dat zag je net wel, hè?
Ja, maar hij
suggesting that the creature might be hiding in the tree due to the attention. While some may speculate that it's a baboon, the unique and potentially damaged appearance of its face raises questions. I think that it could have faced confrontations with other baboons, which is common as they vie for territory. What are your thoughts on this strange creature sighting? This video was being recorded by two sisters just for fun, showing them goofing around for a while. But at some point, something bizarre appears right next to the corner of the door. The face of a pale woman with long dark hair can be seen peeking at them. The girl recording immediately notices it and goes after it, only to be met by this sight. She grabs her sister and both run outside, clearly spotting that there is someone inside their house. What exactly was that? A long-gone resident of the building, still trapped inside the house's walls? What do you think? The video you are about to see was supposedly taken by a villager who managed to finally catch a glimpse of what many people described as a nightmare for their lives. From a distance, the man catches a glimpse of a dark figure walking in the snow. He tries to zoom in, but the quality is poor, and we can't quite make much of it. Although the quality is bad, the man is convinced that what he caught on camera is the thing that terrorizes his village, with many people reporting hearing heavy footsteps outside their houses at night. Could this be the legendary Bigfoot? What do you think? Uploaded about 4 years ago, this clip still serves as stuff of nightmares for whoever watches it. Recorded by a security camera mounted on the front of the house to keep an eye on burglars or intruders. This clip recorded a terrifying thing. At first, nothing seems unusual, but then a figure appears to be coming towards the gate of the house. And as moments pass, we can see that the figure walks through the gate without even opening it. Many people on the internet blamed it on the camera being faulty, but if it was that, then how did he not open the gate before entering? The figure starts off as a weird silhouette of a man, and ends up as a normal human being walking towards the house. And that's what is most scary about this clip. No one in the house had ever seen this man before, even in their neighborhood, and according to them, they never saw anyone entering the house either. But then what was it? For me, the video looks quite genuine, but there's still a chance that it could be edited or a glitch. A man was filming a river in Payson Canyon when he heard noises in trees above the area that caught his attention. He turned his camera as he looked up, trying to catch whatever there was on camera, and that is when he caught the elusive creature on camera. A huge creature can be spotted behind the trees wandering in the woods. The walk looked almost human-like, but the physique did not. The creature looked more like a human than any animal, but a gigantic one, making the man realize it could be the infamous Bigfoot. The man captured the footage in the spring of 2015, but said he was unsure if he should show it to anyone, because he didn't want to sound crazy. However, he later found some courage and uploaded it on YouTube, causing mixed reactions from everyone who laid their eyes on it. As for the authenticity of the video, I leave it up to you, the viewer, to decide. Uploaded on YouTube in 2020, this video looks like something straight out of a horror movie. In just a couple of seconds, it gives us a glimpse into how scary the world could be if we could see the ghosts with naked eyes. It was recorded by a security camera set up in the Garden of Ninfa in Italy, a place otherwise known as one of sublime romantic beauty. It is basically the ruins of a medieval town near Rome, and for now, a great sight for tourists. However, this clip just gives us a glimpse of its most terrifying side, as we spot a ghost crawling on the ground. It appeared to have no legs and disappeared into the bushes just seconds after appearing on the camera. It could be a genuine ghostly encounter, given that Italy as a whole has such a fierce history. Could it be a soldier's ghost reliving its struggling last moments? Humans have always been curious in nature, and untouched places where no one has been for years always spark a pinch of curiosity in us. The same thing happened to this man who saw an abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods and decided to explore it, and that too in the dead of the night. As darkness covered everything, the man moved in the unexplored territory with just his flashlight and camera on, unknown to the danger that was about to come his way. As he moves forward and goes into the cabin, a creepy cryptid appears on the camera, stunned by the sudden appearance of the human who had disturbed its peace. At first, it looked like a cardboard piece or something, but the glowing eyes and the way it slightly turned after spotting the man makes it look legit. The creature was small, had black skin, and two piercingly glowing eyes, giving it a look of a devil in the making. This was enough to freak the man out as he runs for his life. What exactly was that thing? A demon, a ghost, or something else? Another Utah man who had the most terrifying experience of his life when he saw his life flashing in front of his eyes when a mountain lion decided to give this human a good chase. He was busy running down the trail when he heard something. As he tried to look for the sound, he saw a mountain lion merely 15 to 20 feet away from him. And then for minutes straight, the man continues to back off, while the lion continuously tries to close the gap between itself and the human. Continuously talking to the lion, the man tries his best to let the lion know that he is not going to bug him or anything, and is trying to leave the place.
I'm going away. I'm going away. I'm going away. I'm not gonna promise. I'm not gonna. Hey, I'm not gonna bug you. I'm going away. I'm not gonna bug you. I promise. I'm just going away.
And luckily, the lion somehow understood it, after some time halting its chase and going back to where it came from. This is one of those videos that makes me think twice before going on a forest hike. Uploaded on YouTube a couple of years ago by a man who claimed he had finally recorded a ghost in the cemetery, this clip shows us a weird shadow moving around behind a tombstone. For seconds straight, The shadow keeps moving around. However, the question here is, why exactly was the man there with a camera and a flashlight in the middle of a cemetery so late at night? And why did the ghost not come out of its hiding place and scare the man away? Was it even a real ghost? Or was it just a prank to fool everyone on the internet? This clip was recorded by a man who was running around in the woods when he started hearing weird sounds. According to him, it sounded like a human, so he decided to go and check who it was or if it was someone in need of help. In search of the origin of the voice, he got closer to a well that had been abandoned for hundreds of years and was famous for being haunted. As he got closer, his camera and his eyes both saw a creature in the depths of the well, looking straight at him. The creature of the well had a darkish appearance, with eyes that were glowing with blue light. The sight was so scary, it made the man run for his life, not even thinking twice about the voice he had heard before. Was it the creature that was making these sounds to lure the human nearby? Or was it someone who had fallen into the creature's trap before? I guess as the man ran away and never went back, we might never know. While a family was busy having dinner, the man noticed something weird happening on the camera screen they had in their house. He spotted something unusual on the street and went closer to have a better look. However, still not understanding what it was, the man even shared the video recording on YouTube and also to the mainstream media. The clip showed a weird smoky figure gliding on the street. According to the family, it was a ghost, but many people on YouTube had other opinions. However, even if we consider it as a faulty camera, we can still see the speed with which the figure was floating. It looks a bit too eerie even for a camera glitch. Camping in the woods can sound all fun, but it's only fun if nature and wildlife let you be there in peace, which of course was not the case for these campers. After a hectic day of trailing and having fun, the man was just trying to rest a bit in his camp, but he forgot to keep his legs inside too, and that's when a huge bear appeared on the scene. Intrigued by the smell of food and the presence of humans, the bear decided to investigate the area starting from the legs that were sticking out of a camp. After sniffing the feet for a few seconds, the bear bit one of them, straddling the man, which in turn startled the bear and it ran away. Thankfully, the bear had no ill intentions, and the camper turned out completely safe. However, this might not always be the case, as what we need to remember is that these are the apex predators. Encountering hitchhikers in the middle of the night and on a completely empty road can already be a scary experience. But what if these hitchhikers start turning up in the weirdest shapes hiding along the road, as if they will pounce upon anyone who tries to stop and look? The same thing happened to these men who were driving out at night when they encountered huge creatures crouching on the ground. The creature looked really slim and tall with a human-like posture, but had completely whitish skin with no features like eyes or mouth visible properly. Spotted 2 times on the same road, gave the men an experience they might never forget their whole life. Could this be the famous rake waiting to pounce on unsuspecting victims? This clip, filmed in 2023, might make you think twice about leaving your pantry door open. A frustrated homeowner, tired of finding his pantry perpetually ajar, decided to catch the culprit on camera. What he filmed was unsettling, but not exactly what he expected. The pantry door creaks open on its own, nothing inside. Then, a wild twist, a faint, wispy figure peering down. From my perspective, it looks like the face of a woman with long dark hair, looking as if calling for help. Could it be the ghost of someone who lost their life in a violent event in that house? It isn't always just wild animals or ghosts that pose threats to us humans, sending shivers down our spines. Sometimes nature comes at us in different ways. Take this clip for instance. These men were having a great time together packing up camp at Spantic Base Camp in Pakistan on July 28, 2018 when disaster almost hit. As they finished packing away the final tents, a boulder hurtled towards the group. The boulder bounced and clipped the top of a tent before glancing at a porter, leaving only a few cuts and bruises. If he had not moved on the right moment, his head would have been easily blown off. The man who uploaded this video works at a hotel at night, and according to him, he had seen weird things happen in the hotel, and that is why he tries staying out of it at night. However, no one believed him until he got this video on his camera and showed it to others. At first, everything seems normal with him wandering around in the place, but then he places the camera at a spot and leaves. And as soon as he does, we see chairs falling off and being displaced all over the place. Seconds after that, the man comes back and puts everything in place. But as soon as he leaves again, the same thing happens again. According to him, there were no strings attached, and that was no prank. It was nothing but a glimpse into his everyday life at work. The man in this clip was coming back to his office from the cafeteria, but as he reached the running point of the lobby, he was horribly pushed back by an unknown entity. Even when he tried holding the wall, he was lifted up then slammed back onto the ground. The man hardly made it out alive, as whatever the entity was, it was all into dragging him with it. Was this a well-coordinated stunt, or was it an angry ghost coming to get their revenge? What do you think? Uploaded on YouTube a couple of years ago, this video claimed to have recorded a ghost. As the man leaves the camera recording in the basement and goes upstairs, we can sense something weird that is going on in the room. Moments after the door slightly moves and then a weird face appears from inside the other room. It looked like the face of a man, but that was all. No hands or body or anything else was there. Just a floating face looking straight towards the camera before disappearing back into the darkness. According to the man, he had sensed an unusual presence in his home before too, and that is why he left the camera there. I would certainly move out of the house the second I saw this video. This video went viral in 2020, one when a security camera recorded a man and woman busy in their usual routine getting into the car when a bobcat attacked the woman. The husband rushed in to help his wife, and in the process got hold of the cat. After getting it away from his wife, he tossed the cat into the yard, which startlingly, the bobcat made it make a run for its life, leaving the family alone. Navigating a desolate forest trail can sometimes prove to be a challenging choice, as unexpected obstacles may stop your path. But I bet such an obstacle you are about to see wouldn't be easily overcome by anyone. Shared by a group of friends hiking in the Canadian forests, their trail driving experience encountered a significant roadblock in the form of a large black bear. The bear, appearing somewhat reluctant, decided to take a seat right in front of their car, creating an unexpected standoff. Curiously, the bear approached the side window of the car door, peering inside to investigate the passengers before the video concluded. The encounter was both fascinating and a bit concerning, as encounters with wild animals, especially ones as unpredictable as bears, can be risky. Even a minor mishap might trigger their aggression. My speculation is that the bear might have been motivated by hunger, searching for potential food within the car. The video comes from Iceland, introducing us to the lesser-known but intriguing creature known as the Iceland worm monster. The footage unveils a river landscape, but it's not your typical river scene captured by a wildlife photographer. Instead, It reveals something strange and substantial swimming in the water. From a distance, the strange creature resembles a massive snake, reminiscent of anacondas, navigating the water with surprising agility. Towards the end of the clip, the cameraman manages to capture an up-close view of the creature. The close-up shot showcases an enormous head, remarkable for its sheer width, suggesting it could potentially devour a fully grown man. What sets this creature apart is not only its size and swift movement, but also the weird skin texture observed on its giant snake-like body. This distinct feature raises questions about its classification, differentiating it from known species of snake. Imagine waking up in your country home, stepping outside your room, only to be greeted by the astonishing sight of a lion attempting to claw its way through the next door room. The footage reveals a giant lion seemingly appearing out of nowhere, strolling casually through the hallway. To our surprise, it begins charging at a room door, using its paws to scratch at it. Strangely, the scratching doesn't appear overly aggressive. The lion seems rather nonchalant. After a while, the lion, perhaps a bit fatigued from its efforts, takes a step back, only to return and attempt to turn the doorknob using its mouth. Despite these curious actions, the lion eventually gives up and decides to leave the house. The scene is undeniably unsettling, and the concern for anyone inside that room is palpable. Imagining someone behind that door, hoping it holds against the presence of such a massive beast, makes this scene much more scary and terrifying. This unsettling video comes from Spain and showcases a mysterious and somewhat disgusting creature. At first glance, the creature appears to be a mass resembling a brain from some unknown animal. However, upon closer inspection, it becomes apparent that it's a collection of gooey worms intertwined together. Surrounding this bizarre entity are freely moving bugs, detached and seemingly unaffected. The worms within the blob exhibit minimal movement, creating an eerie scene. As the cameraman zooms out, it becomes evident that this strange entity is partially submerged in water, and the worms are freely strolling around in it. The overall sight is both mysterious and unsettling, leaving viewers with a sense of discomfort and a desire for such strange entities not to exist in our world. The spine-chilling video originates from a South American warehouse, capturing a truly terrifying sight. The footage begins with a view of the warehouse front, and suddenly, a massive and girthy creature emerges from its side. Initially resembling a bear, a closer look reveals that it is something altogether different, with distinctive features such as a hunched back and long arms. The creature, covered in medium-length black fur, strolls casually across the camera frame. Following the video, the warehouse security guard shared his experience, mentioning that he had heard a strange growling in the middle of the night, initially dismissing it as potentially mountain lions due to the warehouse's proximity to the forest. He now realizes the gravity of the situation after witnessing the mysterious creature on camera. Whether you're someone who believes in ghosts or dismisses their existence, this video from 2014 might just make you reconsider your stance. The eerie footage captured by a home security camera is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. The camera was pointed down a house corridor when it unexpectedly caught the silhouette of a figure in the darkness. This ghostly apparition resembled a creepy, long-haired lady in a white dress, standing motionless and fixated on something in the distance. After a moment, the ghostly figure begins to walk, mysteriously disappearing into the shadows of the corridor. Even watching this from the safety of my home, the sight was truly chilling. Now, I find myself more cautious when navigating the corridors of my house at night. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Back in winter 2003, a security camera at Hampton Court Palace captured something quite extraordinary. The footage shows the front, and out of the blue, the door swings open. Out walks a person, but there's something really strange about them. Instead of regular hands, this person seems skeletal in nature, with a big robe on it. As far as I heard, this footage was taken when no one was supposed to be there, especially no one dressed this strangely. The creature opens the door briefly, and we only get a glimpse of it in a couple of frames. To me, this creature seems to be a lost soul, forever reliving their moments in that palace. And that is because the way it is dressed is too odd, resembling a bit the way royalty used to dress back in the 16th century. Some folks who saw this video online suggested it was a setup made by some employees there in order to gather more visitors. However, I'm leaning towards my theory. What are your thoughts on what this creature might be? If you're not a fan of snakes, you might want to skip this clip. The video, coming from South Africa, showcases what viewers are calling the snake monster. In the footage, a massive snake is seen tied with chains to the back of a truck. It appears lifeless, likely captured by the locals. The cameraman captures the enormity of this snake. Towards the end of the video, the cameraman focuses on the snake's head, and it's truly unsettling. The head is as wide as an average human and has a frightening, intense gaze. The snake was secured to the truck using large chains and straps, giving us a clear idea of just how colossal it was. A Reddit user claimed to have captured footage of the legendary Slender Man in a field, and they uploaded the video for everyone to see. The recording, taken from a dashcam, shows a car driving along a trail in a calm and cozy countryside. As the car progresses, a figure appears on the left side of the road in the field. This figure is quite tall, and as the car approaches, it seems like it's signaling for the car to stop. However, things take a strange turn when it becomes clear that the figure's hand isn't signaling but reaching out far to grab hold of the car. As the figure extends its hand, the driver swerves off the road, crashing into a tree, and the video abruptly ends. The figure bears a resemblance to the popular image of Slender Man, with a tall and slender body and a featureless face. Anyways, I hope the driver was okay, and it seems likely since they were the one who uploaded the video. I don't understand why some drivers choose to venture into desolate forest trails in the middle of the night. This video is from one such daring driver who shared dashcam footage from their car. The footage reveals an empty forest trail with a tall woods entrance in the front. The car casually makes its way into the woods, and as it does, something from the side woods crosses the trail in front. The headlights capture this figure, and upon seeing it, the driver stops the car and the video ends. To me, this creature appeared humanoid in its walk and posture. However, it had a hunched back and towering height, leading me to believe it could be a Bigfoot. This video is from East India, and it captures a strange mutation in a cow. The cow's face resembles that of a human, with features like a nose, mouth, and eyes. The rest of its body seems unaffected, except for its hind legs, which appear skinny and bent the wrong way. The oddity of this mutation poses challenges for the cow, making basic activities like breathing and eating difficult. Unfortunately, animals with genetic disorders like this usually have a shorter lifespan due to the difficulties they face in essential life activities. However, I hope for the best for this cow and wish that it can overcome these challenges. So far, we've only explored a mere 5% of our oceans, leaving a whopping 95% uncharted. It makes me curious about the creatures that might inhabit that vast unknown territory. This video, shared on a YouTube channel, showcases a strange aquatic creature in the act of devouring a fish. The creature appears to be entirely made of skin, boasting a smooth texture across its body. As the camera zooms out, we realize the creature is quite massive, with an elongated body and a snake-like mouth. It swallows the fish whole, and surprisingly, it seems to have no teeth. This creature is both fascinating and terrifying. Its appearance, with no face, legs, or fins, raises questions about its nature. The way it devours the fish is reminiscent of something out of a nightmare. It's a strange sight with a long, smooth skin body that leaves us with more questions than answers. Have you watched Lord of the Rings and seen those tall giants? They seemed like mythical creatures, right? Well, what if I told you there's a video suggesting that giants might have actually existed among us? A lady uploaded this video on Facebook while she was on a train passing through a mountainous area. In the distance, she recorded something incredibly strange and captivating. There, on the ground, were a giant humanoid skull, ribcage, and other bones, just lying there in the middle of nowhere. It's tempting to think these could be the remains of a giant humanoid, but there might be a logical explanation. It's possible these are proportional props, maybe for some movie promotion, strategically placed in the landscape. But you may never know, we do have a lot of tales throughout the whole world that giants roam the earth. A Reddit user named Golitwu posted a video claiming to have captured a strange figure on her camera. In the video, she receives a notification on her motion sensor camera and decides to investigate. It's nighttime, and she's armed with a flashlight as she searches around the bushes. Suddenly, she spots something peeking from behind the bushes, a set of two glowing eyes. These eyes are fixed on her, giving off an eerie and unsettling vibe. Judging by the height of these eyes, it seems like the creature could be a tall humanoid, possibly a Bigfoot or a werewolf. However, going out to investigate without any protection might not have been the wisest decision on the girl's part. We've all come across stray cats and dogs roaming the streets, but have you ever witnessed an entire bear family strolling around like they own the place? This video is from a homeowner who heard some commotion coming from outside his house. Curious, he went to check it out and captured footage of a bear cub rummaging through someone's belongings on the street. There's another cub and a mama bear, and it seems like they got hold of some trash, or maybe found something interesting near a car. As the homeowner records the scene, one of the bear cubs takes an interest in what she's doing and starts walking towards her. The bear even tries to get inside the house. Sensing a potential concern, the lady wisely decides to close the glass door. It's a smart move, especially since mama bears can be overprotective and quite aggressive when they sense a threat to their cubs. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. A homeless man was living in his truck, and the night this clip was recorded, he had parked the truck near the woods and was about to sleep when this happened. First, he heard some noises, and then a creature started peeking into the truck. The creature had the creepiest eyes I had ever seen, looking straight out of a horror movie. And it didn't end there. After taking a peek inside the vehicle, the creature started smashing and hitting the truck. According to the man, there was not only one, but a lot more of the same creatures. What exactly were those? I tend to say that it looks like a mountain lion. But considering the man said there were multiple creatures howling around, I can't say for sure. Mountain lions are not known to hunt in packs. What do you think was going on here? Snakes look dangerous already, but what happens when you are crossing the river and come across a massive snake? This is exactly what happened to this guy when he witnessed a huge snake crossing the river with his own eyes. The snake was more focused on minding its own business than attacking and devouring him. If it were in that mood, nothing would have saved him, especially considering the distance he had maintained between himself and the snake. The clip started off as a very usual one, showing someone with a camera recording his surroundings. As the guy moved forward, we saw trees and branches here and there, but everything appeared to be very normal until the camera focused on the creepy face hiding in the tree. It took only a second for the guy to realize he was in a very dangerous place, so he moved back and ran for his life. That 1 second and that one glimpse of the creature were enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. It looked like a creature straight out of hell. I am not sure if this is a prop put there by someone with a twisted sense of humor, or if there is anything else to the whole situation. Late night driving can be fun until you come across a figure wearing white overalls crossing the road right in front of your car. In that case, the fun drive could turn into a fright, especially if you decide to follow the figure. Thankfully, these guys did not and backed off the car as soon as the figure appeared in front of their eyes. It was only for a few seconds, but that made them realize it was better to go back to where they were coming from and never return to this place at night. I know chances are very high that it was just a madman or someone playing a prank, but I would still choose the safe option of going back and find an alternative road. This clip was recorded by a girl who was out with her family camping in the woods. Soon enough, she decided to wander there, leaving her family behind and venturing deep into the woods to explore. At first, it was normal with nothing but gigantic trees and bushes everywhere, but it did not take her long to spot something in a far distance that looked like a huge animal hiding. She got scared. However, she kept recording whatever she was seeing. Although very blurry, we can clearly see it resembles the perfect description of Bigfoot. But what is amazing from other videos capturing Bigfoot is that we can actually see the feet. The creature, upon moving its leg, reveals what looks like to be a white foot, which is quite interesting if we consider it to be a Bigfoot. As the video was uploaded on YouTube, everyone had mixed reactions. To some, it was a real Bigfoot, and for others, it was someone with a suit on. I will leave it up to you to decide which is the case. Wilderness holds a lot more secrets than we can ever imagine, and this clip is a total testament to that. This man went into the woods to get some fresh air and calm his mind, but he did not expect to leave with memories that will haunt him for life. For the first few minutes, nothing is out of ordinary, just the guy filming the river and looking around. But then he soon started hearing rustling sounds, as if a huge animal was walking somewhere not too far from him. Obviously scared, as any of us should be, he stops right there to look at what was making the sounds, and it did not take him long to spot the creature. As the creature appears on the camera, it resembled a hairy humanoid face, just peering at him from behind a tree. Realizing it is not an animal, but rather the supposedly Bigfoot, he goes closer to get a better view, but the creature seems to shy away, and we can see it running away. After a while of chasing, he is still unable to find it again, so he stops the recording. Was it a real Bigfoot? The face looked pretty authentic, but we can't say for sure based on the body size when it was moving, as it was way too far away and covered by the trees. Perched on top of the tree, waiting for the perfect hunt to show up, these two men almost became the hunted. At first, the bear was busy investigating its surroundings, but as soon as it spotted the humans, the bear knew it needed to pay them a visit. It walked slowly towards their tree and climbed straight to where the men were. I have to applaud them for their composure to stay so still while a bear is climbing up to your spot. Fortunately, all the bear wanted was to leave them off with a warning. Soon, the bear was on its 4 paws on the ground, looking up at the humans and telling them how easily it can get to them whenever he wants. This happened in India a couple of years ago, when late at night a security camera recorded something very strange. At first, it was just 1 or 2 vehicles on the road, and everything seemed normal. But soon, 2 men appear on the road coming from the same side. The man in the front looks like he was being very careful of the one behind him. Soon enough, the suspicions become reality when the man starts pushing the other one on the ground, and then tries to rob him of his belongings. And that's when things took a scary turn. From the looks of it, I think some kind of shadow is coming out of the victim, as if trying to protect him. In a second, the shadow is back into the man from where it emerged. I know it might seem hard to look at it, but have a look at the night vision images. We can clearly spot the third figure emerging from the victim, right? What exactly happened there? The identity of both the men remained unknown, which led to no proper explanation. There is a chance that it could be fake and edited. What do you think? Nature is ruthless, and the evidence for that is just everywhere. Tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes. These are all scary, especially when people are not prepared for them. Most of the time, animals get caught in such destruction. And this clip shows exactly that. As the storm hits the house, the dog who was wandering in the front yard gets almost taken away by the strong wind. Though luck was on the dog's side that day, maybe it had an additional meal and that kept him from getting taken away. And as for humans, they need to protect their pets just as they'd protect themselves. A group of people were standing on a bridge recording videos, perhaps discussing the local fauna, when something weird happened.
I don't understand why. I don't think anybody What was that?
Hey guys, everybody stay in.
A scary loud sound was heard from the back. Surprised, they moved the cameras towards the spot where the noise came from. Still trying to find what was happening, they kept recording, and after a second, 2 snaps were heard.
No, like we last heard like something fighting in the bushes over there.
I heard something.
What is it?
Oh my god. What the hell is it?
As if someone was breaking the branches of the trees, and it took them a second to see the culprit behind all this.
Oh my god. What the hell is that?
Oh! What the hell? What the hell is that? What is that?
What is that?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
What is that?
Guys, that's a Bigfoot.
It's Bigfoot.
It's furry. It's furry. It's got fur on it.
A gigantic creature was spotted running between the trees, as if trying not to be seen by the humans. The creature had a furry body and was leaping like a human. The appearance only directed at one thing. It was the Bigfoot. So they all thought it would be better to just let it go instead of following it around and getting themselves in a potentially dangerous situation. The video was later uploaded on the internet and gained a lot of attention from everyone. Was it fake or was it real? Uploaded on YouTube in 2015, this thing had everyone who saw it in shock. A long green-colored slimy creature was seen slithering on the ground. However, it looked more like a jelly than a living creature. It had a flat, slimy body which resembled a worm. But what came next was more perplexing. It extended its tongue for a considerable distance, as if it was looking for something with it. But let me tell you, it is a green ribbon worm, part of an unusual group of creatures that can protect themselves with toxin-laden mucus. I have to warn you, if you see one of these, don't touch them. Uploaded on Facebook by a man who claimed he had recorded a monster in a thunderstorm. This video went viral as soon as it hit the internet. It shows a massive creature forming in the sky in the midst of a scary thunderstorm. But then the creature turns, showing its eyes in the camera as well. Soon enough, the pair of scary glowing eyes is completely apparent on the camera. However, Ask me and I would say the video looks like it has been edited and probably might be fake. What do you think? Wandering around in the woods might sound peaceful and nice to some people. However, it has risks of its own. Take this clip for instance. The woman thought she was in her Disney princess moment, talking to the animal right in front of her, and not focusing at all at what was happening in the background. If I stabilize the video a little and zoom it in, you can see how it looked like a huge human-like figure taking a stroll in the woods. The walk was exactly like a human. However, the appearance was more like an animal. It had a body full of dark-colored fur. The only thing here which is suspicious is the way the creature was just going on without noticing the woman not too far from it. Was it in a hurry? Or there is more to the video than what can be seen. The authenticity of the clip remains a mystery. It could be fake, but the creature's movements and appearance give the video a genuine feel. Driving late at night near the forest, this girl got the shock of her life when she started sensing something weird around her. She stopped the car, hoping to see if someone was there, but couldn't see a single soul. Still not moving, the girl, moving her camera around to spot anything, knew it was too dangerous to go out and check. Seconds later, she heard something that would haunt her.
Oh my god, no, fuck that.
The scream was not of an animal. Instead, it sounded like a ghostly moan. That prompted her to immediately leave. I have to say that this kind of behavior is exactly the one that keeps you alive in dangerous situations. Just get the hell out of there once you realize there might be danger. There are some people who will go dangerously near to the wildlife and will even come back unharmed. Take this clip for instance. This man brought some sushi with him when he was coming for a walk in the woods. Soon we see the purpose behind him doing this, as a massive bear comes towards the man as soon as he calls out to it.
Том, иди ко мне, Том! Иди ко мне, мальчик. Молодец, пойдем, пойдем.
The bear, which looked like a full-grown grizzly, acted like a flawlessly tamed dog with the man, as he first tells it to sit down before feeding it the sushi with his hands. The man even laid in the bear's lap after feeding it. As cute as this might look, don't mistake this as a pet. These creatures will eat you alive if bothered by your presence. Nature sometimes shocks humans with the most unexpected things happening in front of them. Take this clip for instance. These guys were recording a little shark swimming around peacefully in the shallow and clear water. It was an adorable scene with nothing so dangerous in sight, but then in a matter of seconds this changed. The scene went from adorable to total chaos in a matter of seconds. And that is exactly how terrifyingly unpredictable nature is most of the time. And just as you thought the scary part only lies within the animal kingdom, I have brought to you this ultimate footage of a tornado recorded up close by a car's dash cam. It lasts for only a few seconds, but those seconds are enough for the tornado to completely destroy everything it comes in contact with. Just look at its size compared to the road. It looks terrifying. I for sure would not stand around it just to record. I'd be driving the way back. This video was recorded by a guy who was driving around at night when something weird came in front of his car and he had to stop. Coming out of the car while recording it all, the guy saw it was not a human or any animal either. It was a very creepy brownish figure with two glowing eyes that kept staring straight at him and crawling on the ground in a creepy way. He was recording it all, not believing his eyes, when suddenly the lights of the car turned off. In a second, the guy sensed something very close to him, and before he could react or run, the figure had already approached him. Unfortunately, the video ended right there, leaving us all to wonder what exactly might have happened there. Was it fake or just a bizarre video? They say titanoboas have long gone extinct. But what do we believe when a video of a gigantic snake comes up online? Something like this happened here when this video was uploaded, and it showed not just a huge, but double the size of a usual anaconda snake in it. The snake can be seen slithering its way, trying to get away from the humans who keep filming it. If we compare the snake's size with the size of the grass around it, I would say this thing can swallow a grown man in mere seconds, so I would keep my distance from it. This video was recorded by a family who kept hearing weird sounds from their backyard and one night decided to go and check what exactly was causing it. In complete darkness, as they tried investigating the area, they could tell something was not right. However, at first, nothing could be seen. It wasn't until the guy focused on the tree, and that's when a creepy alien-like figure appeared from behind it. It popped its head out for a second before hiding behind the tree again. The video ended with the guy running for his life, leaving us with multiple questions. Was it an alien, or was it just the neighbor's kid playing pranks? This clip was recorded by a guy who was hiking around in the woods when he spotted something weird in front of him. Recording, he saw that it was a darkish creature who was sitting on the ground and looked like it was in pain. It had ears like a wolf, but resembled a human as well. Scared, the guy stayed as far from the creature as possible while filming it, and later he uploaded it on YouTube to see what others had to say about it. And to his surprise, no one could tell what exactly it could be. Was it a werewolf, or was it something else? What happens when we all sleep peacefully at night? To some, the world stops, but this is not the case with everyone. Take this clip, for instance. As the night descended and the residents of this house went to sleep, something creepy happened outside their house. A ghost of a girl in a white dress appeared, walking her way around the house, before disappearing from the sight of the camera. The clip had the family in shock as soon as they saw it, not knowing what to do. There are no records of violent deaths around their area, and this was the first and the last time the ghost was ever seen. So where did this ghostly visitor came from? Recorded in India a couple of months ago, this video had everyone who saw it in shock. What first appears like a normal night with stray dogs wandering turns into a terrifying experience as the dogs start behaving weirdly. It looked as if they were scared of something coming their direction, and the reason behind that behavior becomes apparent when, after a few seconds, a black smoke figure appears from the front of the camera angle. The figure, which looked like a black smoke ball, turned into a more human-like shape as it came near the camera. The figure went towards where the dogs ran to. Could it be a lost spirit, wandering the streets in search for something it had lost? Humans will always be the curious types, wandering in abandoned and haunted buildings just to find out if they really inhabit ghosts or not. And the same thing was done by this person who went into an old abandoned building just to wander around. However, the current residents of the building were not so ready to see humans around. Even though it was for just a second, it seemed like the figure of a man coming straight for them. However, it immediately disappeared when it reached the sunlight. Was it real, or was it just an edited video? People have talked about Bigfoot for a long time, but it is not always that we get to see a picture or a video that actually makes us think that they might be real. This picture, which was taken by a trail camera in the middle of the forest, featured a creature which was exactly like what people had always imagined Bigfoot to be. It was huge, had dark grayish skin covered completely with hair, had a face which somehow resembled a gorilla, and a posture which made it look like a human. Considering the fact that the picture was taken in a rather remote area where there are no humans even miles around, the chance of it being a human is lessened. However, according to the owner, the creature ran past the camera fast and knocked it while doing so. This was the last frame the motion detection camera caught. Still, if you ask me, there is a chance that the picture might be edited and perhaps fake. Imagine going to the woods with your friends, and minutes after you set up your camp and everything, you see this. A weird creature standing nearby, hiding behind the trees, staring directly at you. Anyone would be freaked out, and so were these people. But fortunately, before getting back, they made sure to capture it on the camera. When the clip was uploaded on YouTube, it had many viewers saying that it looked exactly like the infamous Dogman, due to the fact that the creature in the clip was standing far from the people, and therefore, the clip wasn't clear enough to determine if it was a Dogman or something else. No one could back their theory up with anything, but I would say that it could easily be someone with a costume on trying to prank the people coming to the spot for camping. Captured by a trail camera recently, this picture sparked a massive argument on the internet, featuring two figures, one moving forward and one in the back. It had people saying every kind of thing. The person on the left looks like they are a decently equipped hiker. The person behind them looks very much like a Native American whose legs are either missing or were moving when the picture snapped. We can argue about this all day, but in the end, no one can prove one way or another that this is the ghost of a Native American or a person in light-colored clothing moving fast to keep up with their friend. If this is the latter, the lack of hiking gear can be explained if they have a light-colored backpack in their right hand, which we'd never see, or they are making their friend do the hard work. Recorded in October 1994, this clip might be too old for some, but that does not mean the creature it had captured was any less terrifying. If we consider the fact that it was recorded back then, which means there is a lesser chance that it was edited or altered in any other way. The clip showed a giant figure walking alone in the middle of the mountains. The person recording it or the camera recording it must be at a significant distance, as we can't clearly see what the figure looked like, except for its dark skin, huge height, and human-like walk. Where exactly was the figure going? Or what exactly was it? These are some of the questions that everyone had in mind when they first saw the clip, but there was no one to answer. Even the experts found themselves perplexed over this one. For me, and truth be told, this looks like it was very real, but it could be just a human walking around as well. This video gained considerable attention on the internet in early 2019, capturing what many viewers deemed a strange creature in the mountains. The footage features a man recording the picturesque scenery of a lake surrounded by mountains. While panning the camera, a glimpse of a creature on the rocky mountain comes into view. Upon closer inspection, it becomes apparent that the creature was stalking the cameraman from a distance. Initially resembling a bear, a more detailed look reveals a head shape unlike that of a bear. Instead, it appears humanoid. The creature seems to have thick black fur covering its head. However, as soon as it senses being spotted by the camera, the creature swiftly runs off into the mountains, concluding the video. In my opinion, this creature bears a striking resemblance to the legendary Bigfoot. What are your thoughts on it? Watching those slimy alien creatures in movies may give us the creeps, but it's a relief knowing they're not real. Or are they? This video, captured by a homeowner, reveals something unusual gliding in his backyard. This creature resembles a slime, and its entire body seems to move independently. As it slides, it leaves behind a wet trail, adding to the mystery. The unsettling part is its body, which looks like a composition of multiple creatures stacked on top of each other. A plausible explanation could be that it's a collective of some kind of worms moving together in a group. However, if that's not the case, there's a chance these creatures are not from our world, suggesting the possibility of alien life. If the previous creature didn't seem alien enough, we have another one straight from the grounds of Taiwan. In this video, recorded by a local, we come face to face with a weird stringy creature. At first glance, it may resemble entangled tapeworms, but a few seconds into the video reveals a different story. This creature is truly unusual, with a long main body that looks like a tapeworm or a similar type. What makes it particularly unsettling is the presence of string-like formations around it. Some viewers suggest it's a tapeworm entangled in black, string-like elements, but to me, it seems like those are just parts of this creature's body. Whatever this creature may be, I wouldn't want it near me in any circumstances, because you never know what they are capable of. As children, we fantasized about mermaids, believing they gracefully roamed our oceans like any other aquatic beings. However, with maturity, we learned they were merely mythical creatures. Yet, a recent discovery in California has sparked curiosity. A snake-like baby found and preserved for genetic study. This baby exhibits serious birth defects, featuring snake-like skin, tiny lizard-like skin, and most unsettlingly, an extended snake-like lower body. With an elongated six-fingered hand and a skull that's also elongated, the combination of these features gives the baby an appearance reminiscent of a mermaid. Remarkably, from head to tail, the baby measures a whopping 37 inches. It's fascinating to observe how certain aspects of this creature resemble humanoid features, while others evoke an unsettling aquatic essence. One hopes that the university or research center studying this creature delves into the depths of its mutations, paving way for understanding such anomalies. This video originates from the Borneo forest and was captured by locals there. On a typical morning in their village, a villager stumbled upon a strange creature in the nearby woods and alerted others. The villagers, curious, went to investigate, and this is what they recorded. In the video, we witness a strange creature crawling towards a lake. This creature appears to be a blend of a dog and a baby hippo. Its head and facial features resemble those of an American bully dog, while its body resembles that of a newborn hippo. The creature struggles to walk, resorting to crawling away from the villagers and towards the lake. With no fur on its body, it appears weak, and its hind legs are unusually long compared to the typically four-legged creatures we encounter in the forest. The question arises, is this a new creature discovered by the Borneo village? The company that introduced nanny cams as a lifesaver, aiming to help parents monitor their babies around the clock, sometimes ends up capturing scenes that, instead of providing a sense of relief, leave us feeling uneasy. In this video, we observe a baby room where a chair with some fluffy toys is placed in front of a nanny cam. After a few seconds, the monkey toy positioned in the middle starts lifting its head on its own. The toy engages in humanoid movements for a while before coming to a rest. After a couple of seconds, it starts moving again, repeating these actions at intervals. This proves to be quite an unsettling sight, especially for the parents whose baby room is being observed. After witnessing this clip, it might be a good idea to leave some spare toys for these unknown entities to play with instead of using the baby's toys. To me, one of the most perilous sports is skiing in the snowy mountains because you never know when an avalanche might descend or if there's a cliff awaiting you. This video precisely illustrates why I hold this view. Captured by a GoPro camera mounted on a skier, the footage shows the skier navigating a rugged snowy hill. Initially, everything appears fine. As the skier progresses, however, out of nowhere, A tunnel road entrance materializes in front of the skier. Despite attempting to stop, it's already too late. The skier descends from a height of around 17 feet onto the hard road below. The impact is accompanied by the sheer sound of collision, and we can hear the skier gasping in pain. Watching this video was quite challenging for me, especially as it concluded in such a way. Nevertheless, it imparts a valuable lesson. Always thoroughly assess your skiing track before going on your descent. This video hails from Ireland and presents eerie footage of a cryptid captured at a girls' hostel. In the video, we witness the girls behind the camera genuinely frightened, searching the hallways for something ominous. As they turn on the hallway lights, there is initially nothing in sight. Undeterred, they venture upstairs into the darkness. Upon turning on the hallway light upstairs, something chilling appears at the end of the corridor. The encounter is undeniably unsettling, and by pausing the video at the precise frame where the creature is visible, it appears humanoid, but on all fours. This cryptid is looking directly at the girls, conveying an imminent threat. Given such situations, my advice for all of you would be to bring along some form of protection, such as a stick or pepper spray, during future investigations. You never know what you might encounter. As 2024 commenced, it brought along a natural disaster that shook the entire world, the Japan earthquake. In a video captured by a local resident, we witnessed the aftermath of the earthquake, revealing a massive landslide wreaking havoc in its path. The man recording the video desperately screams, urging households to evacuate. The landslide is relentlessly sweeping down the hill, annihilating everything in its trajectory, and its lateral expansion adds to the peril. Watching this video, my genuine concern extends to the man recording it. The footage also showcases visible cracks in the roads caused by the earthquake, further emphasizing the extent of the devastation. Towards the end of the video, a woman is seen running away from the landslide, possibly saved by the urgent warnings of the man. In these challenging times, I hope the people of Japan exhibit resilience, and may support from other nations aid them. When they say, "Don't bring a bow to a bear fight," they might be onto something. This video unfolds in the Canadian forest where a hunter goes on a hunting trip. However, his expedition takes an unexpected turn as he comes face to face with a black bear. Armed only with a bow, the hunter lacks a solid defense if the bear decides to attack. As anticipated, the worst-case scenario unfolds, and the bear charges towards the hunter. Despite the initial attempts to scare the bear off by yelling, it proves futile, and the bear ultimately attacks the hunter, causing him to fall. However, don't worry guys, the hunter emerged unharmed as the bear retreated after the encounter, and he retrieved his camera to assure us he is alright. Nonetheless, it remains a remarkably close call, and the situation could have taken a more terrifying turn. Imagine waking up in the morning, ready to start your day, only to encounter a snake emerging from your toilet. This video captures exactly that scenario, unfolding in Malaysia. In the footage, we witness a thick snake emerging from the homeowner's toilet. The homeowner records the unsettling scene from a safe distance, suggesting that they encountered the snake before deciding to document it. The snake casually explores its surroundings, seemingly searching for a way to exit. This sight is undeniably frightening and unsettling, as it turns a common morning routine into a potential encounter with unexpected wildlife. Prepare to be astonished when you hear that there are people in this world who believe they could engage in a fight with a bear. If you happen to be one of them, this video is a must-watch. Captured by a wildlife photographer, the footage unveils a fierce confrontation between two bears. The intensity of their growls alone is enough to send shivers down your spine. As the bears employ their paws and bodies in the battle, the entire atmosphere becomes charged with tension. The bears continue their ferocious clash before eventually ceasing the confrontation. Witnessing this fascinating yet scary sight highlights the immense strength these creatures possess. The way their bodies rumble during the fight is truly daunting, making it clear that being the opponent of such a powerful force of nature is not a position anyone would willingly choose. Picture yourself on a sundown grocery run, cruising in your car when suddenly everything becomes brilliantly bright, as if the sun has made an unexpected reappearance. However, the reality dawns on you. It's not the sun causing this intense illumination. This video originates from Russia and was captured by a car's dashcam. The footage reveals a strange, glowing light traversing the sky, gradually approaching the surface. As it descends, the light intensifies, illuminating everything below. According to news reports, this phenomenon was caused by a meteorite disintegrating upon entering Earth's atmosphere. The awareness that it was a meteorite adds an unsettling element to the video. Contemplating the potential consequences if the meteorite had struck the Earth's surface raises questions about the magnitude of destruction it could have caused. Thankfully, the meteorite disintegrated in the sky, preventing any catastrophic impact on the ground. This YouTube video, posted by a channel named Asia Wire, showcases an unusual humanoid baby with distinctive features that set it apart from a typical human infant. The baby in the video possesses hands and feet resembling those of an animal, along with a mouth adorned with two prominent fangs and strange ears. The footage, recorded by a woman, appears to be a demonstration of this creature, which could potentially be a prop for a creative project. While there's a possibility that this is a prop, its realistic appearance draws parallels to characters from fantasy films, such as those in The Lord of the Rings. Despite having some human-like features, the baby bears a striking resemblance to a Tasmanian devil, evident in its fangs, hands, feet, and even a tail. The question arises, is this a hybrid between a Tasmanian devil and a human, or is it simply a prop designed for a movie project? There's a common belief that if you live near woods and hear strange screams for help at night, it's best to call the police because some person might be in trouble. However, that is not always the case. A homeowner recently uploaded a video on Facebook capturing the eerie noises emanating from the nearby woods. Intrigued, he ventured out to investigate further, only to discover that the voices sounded like a human yelling for help, but accompanied by unsettling growls. Some viewers suggested the possibility of skinwalkers, beings known for transforming into other living forms to deceive and lure unsuspecting individuals. It is also especially known that skinwalkers try to imitate voices. However, they are not very good at it. Just listen again. In such a situation, the best course of action is to call the police, allowing trained professionals to assess and handle the situation appropriately. Ever heard of the Michigan monster legend, the Dog Man? Well, if you haven't, this video is about to give you a glimpse of what it's like to have one in your area. The footage shows a street, and the guy eagerly zooms in on something in the distance. You can clearly see there's this dog-like creature jumping around in a really strange way. As the creature leaps, you can see its legs and arms, which look like a mix between a human and a dog. According to the guy recording, this creature appeared to be on the hunt in the neighborhood, making all kinds of scary sounds.
Fuck is that?
I used to think that dogmen were just myths, but after watching this video, I've got to admit, it's adding another thing to my to-fear list. The video originates from an explorer who frequently delves into abandoned structures in forested areas. During one such exploration, he encountered an abandoned cottage-like house in the heart of the forest. Before entering, he recorded the surroundings of the house. However, upon reviewing the footage later, he made a chilling discovery, something peeking through the side windows of the house. The explorer initially missed this during the exploration, as it was concealed in the darkness. Upon freezing the frame and zooming in, it becomes apparent that the entity is a tall, humanoid creature. Unfortunately, the obscured appearance and lack of facial features make it challenging to discern more details. The eerie aspect is that this creature was present in an abandoned house deep within the dense forest. The motives of this mysterious creature remain unknown. Its presence raises questions about why it would choose to stay in such an isolated and abandoned location. The unsettling nature of the discovery adds an element of mystery to the explorer's adventure. This intriguing video showcases a rare and captivating sight of a coyote and a badger traveling together. The footage begins with a coyote patiently waiting, and soon, a fat badger enters the frame. To everyone's surprise, they casually journey inside a drain pipe together, displaying a unique camaraderie. This behavior, documented in the San Francisco Bay Area, marks the first time such an alliance has been captured. Coyotes are typically seen as solitary and predatory creatures, making it uncommon for them to team up with an animal like a badger. Similarly, badgers are known for working exclusively with their own species. However, this badger has defied stereotypes. Now, there's a curiosity about what their collaborative hunting process looks like, adding an additional layer of fascination to this extraordinary wildlife encounter. A hiker was exploring the deep woods of Lucas, Canada, when he stumbled upon a truly strange and captivating sight. Deep within the forest, he spotted something big and dark in the distance, prompting him to start recording. At first glance, the creature in the video seemed like a large bear, but upon closer inspection, it became clear that it wasn't a bear at all. It was something entirely different. This mysterious creature boasted a thick coat of dark brown fur, giving it a massive and humanoid appearance. Its demeanor appeared rugged, and it seemed aware of the camera's presence. After a while, it nonchalantly walked away. Considering all these characteristics, it's reasonable to think that this creature resembles what many of us refer to as Bigfoot. Bigfoots are known to avoid being recorded or observed by people, choosing to reside in densely wooded areas. Moreover, to me, the video doesn't seem to be a hoax, as the creature's movements and appearance appeared far too natural to be fake. Do you believe in aliens? Well, if you're not sure, this video might just make you reconsider. It's from a farmer who stumbled upon something intriguing in his farm soil. At first, the creature he discovered seems like a regular worm, but then it does something really surprising. It shoots out a white root-like thing from its front, resembling something you'd see in an alien movie. This root attaches itself to the farmer's hand, and after a few seconds, the creature sucks the white substance back in. To me, it looks like this white substance might be the insides of the worm, and it's as if the worm threw its insides out on the farmer's hand, and then sucked it all back in. It's a truly bizarre sight, and I have no idea if this creature is from our world. If you know anything about it, feel free to share in the comments. Encountering something unknown or strange can be unsettling, but being stalked by it takes fear to a whole new level. In this video from a hiker, we get a glimpse of distant bushes with something lurking within. This mysterious creature keeps peeking its head out, observing and following the cameraman's every move. From its appearance, the creature seems quite humanoid, with an all-white body. When it peeks, we notice it has no hair and lacks typical human features, except for its nose, ears, and eyes. The creature also appears tall, easily peering over the tall bushes. It's genuinely frightening to witness something unknown, especially when you can't identify it at first. Towards the end of the video, the creature reveals itself to the hiker, causing the hiker to startle and quickly bolt away from the scene. This video is from a popular hiker and explorer, showcasing his journey into a forest. While he records himself, there's something large and black trailing behind him in the background. Surprisingly, the hiker seems oblivious to the potential threat and continues to explore casually. After taking a few more steps, the black figure appears again, this time much closer. Up close, it becomes apparent that this creature resembles what people commonly refer to as Bigfoot. Although it's not as large, it's shorter, with a wide body, covered in thick black fur, resembling a peculiar gorilla or ape. One frustrating aspect of the video is that it ends suddenly when the creature is close to the hiker, leaving us in suspense about what happened next. Exploring abandoned houses can lead to some unforgettable experiences, and that's exactly what unfolds in this video. The camera captures a massive house with a creepy, old haunted atmosphere. As the cameraman explores, something catches his attention passing by a second-floor window, sending a shiver down his spine.
Yo, what the f is that? What the f is that?
Moments later, the mysterious figure reappears. Upon slowing down the footage, it becomes apparent that this creature is remarkably tall, only revealing its body covered in what appears to be black fur. Some viewers speculate that it might be a Bigfoot inhabiting the abandoned house, but I doubt it, considering Bigfoots typically prefer secluded, dense woods to hide rather than dwelling in houses. Regardless of what it was, my advice to the explorer is to leave the house undisturbed. After all, it seems someone or something else has already claimed it. Many believe that dogs can perceive things beyond human senses, and this video serves as evidence of that notion. The footage captures a group of dogs barking fervently into the darkness, clearly alarmed by something lurking in the distance. The cameraman then directs our attention to where the dogs are focused, revealing the head of a tall figure standing behind the stairs. This enigmatic figure remains still for a moment, and its towering presence becomes evident. After a while, the figure emerges from behind the stairs, revealing a humanoid, ghost-like creature with a hunched back. Due to the darkness, the details of its appearance remain unclear, but the overall impression is undeniably terrifying. The dog's agitation and fear now seem entirely justified in the face of this eerie presence. This video originates from India and captures a startling moment of a real ghost sighting, as recorded by a biker. The footage showcases a mountain road with a breathtaking landscape below. As the bike moves forward, the camera captures a figure standing on the roadside, a ghostly apparition of a girl in a white dress with long hair obscuring her entire face. This ghostly presence remains still, seemingly waiting for someone passing by to stop, perhaps so it can carry out some kind of action. Stories suggest that these ghosts are the spirits of individuals who met with accidents on that road and now haunt it by appearing in this manner. It's a genuinely chilling sight, and the fact that it all unfolded in broad daylight adds an extra layer of fear to the encounter. Here's another intriguing piece of evidence that suggests the existence of aliens. This video, captured in Norway at night, reveals a meteor-like object traveling through the sky. What makes it even more fascinating is the dense, glowing smoke trail it leaves behind. After some time, the object shoots upward, causing the smoke to disperse and appear separated from its main body. The camera zooms in, revealing a glowing object within this smoky formation. As this glowing object moves further, it emits another similar object, surrounded by its own peculiar smoke rings. It's a spectacle of unusual occurrences, filling the entire sky with its captivating light and smoke display. Some viewers believe these were alien ships, but I lean towards the idea that it could be a military experiment, perhaps a missile test, creating this mesmerizing show in the sky. I believe crocodiles rank as the world's most dangerous predators, since they can hunt on both land and in water. In this remarkable video, we witness a crocodile in hot pursuit, creating a truly captivating scene. As the crocodile chases, it showcases incredible swimming skills, managing to close the distance between them. Despite the crocodile's attack, the addax retaliates by jumping around, momentarily startling the crocodile. Seizing the opportunity, the addax sprints out of the water and, once on land, turns the tables on the crocodile. This thrilling encounter was captured by tourists on a boat who expressed their excitement about the unfolding drama. However, I can't help but feel a bit sorry for the crocodile, as its meal plan for the day didn't quite work out as expected. Hunting a porcupine is like giving yourself a painful jab with a hammer. This video takes us on a journey through a forest safari where a couple captured an intense encounter. Initially, two porcupines flee from their nest in fear, and soon, a jaguar emerges from the same nest. Facing the jaguar outside, the porcupines don't back down. They retaliate and charge at the jaguar. In the ensuing struggle, the jaguar attacks, but the porcupine's spiky defenses prove effective, leaving the jaguar startled. Realizing the jaguar is injured, the porcupine seizes the opportunity and makes a run for it. However, the jaguar, driven by hunger, continues the chase, leaving us on the edge of our seats as the video concludes. It's truly fascinating to witness nature's design, with built-in protection for porcupines, making them a formidable challenge. Natural disasters can be incredibly frightening, especially when it comes to avalanches, which can escalate rapidly. This video comes from a traveler exploring the Canadian mountains. As he enjoyed the breathtaking views, he noticed an avalanche forming on a distant mountain. Deciding to capture this spectacle for a memorable social media post, he began recording. Despite thinking he was at a safe distance, the avalanche, fast and massive, approached much quicker than anticipated. The man recording believed he was out of harm's way, but the avalanche covered tens of kilometers in mere seconds, catching up to him. As he realized the imminent danger, it was already too late, and he found himself engulfed in the avalanche.
Oh dear God.
Fortunately, he emerged unharmed, providing us with this remarkable video gem. This video originates from a village church where locals reported hearing strange noises at night. Concerned, they called in a paranormal investigator who set up cameras and motion detectors inside the church for the night. Upon reviewing the footage in the morning, they were startled by what they discovered. As the video begins, a hunched figure swiftly moves in the distance, accompanied by a loud and chilling growl that echoes throughout the church. The ghostly presence is unmistakable, and after it passes, its shadow lingers for a moment before disappearing from sight. The revelation from this footage sheds light on the source of the eerie noises and screams heard in the church. Given the unsettling nature of the discovery, it might be time for the villagers to seek the assistance of a pastor or a higher authority to perform an exorcism on the church. This video hails from Bahawalpur, Pakistan, capturing a man boldly challenging a lion to a one-on-one encounter. In the footage, the man fearlessly enters the lion's enclosure, grabbing a long log from the ground. With determination, he rushes into the lion's sleeping den, prompting the lions to quickly exit, seemingly startled. Once outside, the man begins instructing the lions using the log, moving it around them while they stand there, appearing frightened. The sight of the man confidently entering the lion's resting place and witnessing the lions emerge with fear is truly captivating. It almost seems like the roles are reversed, with the man becoming the dominant force, and the lions, usually considered predators, behaving more like prey in this unusual encounter. Imagine playing an RPG game and casually strolling around when, in the distance, you spot a glowing light on a mountain, triggering thoughts of a new quest. Well, this video from Essex, UK, captures a real-life version of that scenario.
What is it? Towers of light or something?
The footage reveals a distant mountain, adorned with mysterious glowing lights, almost as if the gods are presenting us with a side quest. These lights are not only sizable, but also seem to move around, giving them an almost alive quality. The scene is both beautiful and unsettling, leaving us in awe yet questioning the source of these enigmatic lights. While a plausible explanation could be a fire, with the surrounding fog creating the illusion, the true nature of these lights remains unknown. What are your thoughts? Have you ever seen Gollum from the Hobbit movie? There's a TikTok video claiming to have spotted a real-life golem in the forest. The footage shows a wooded area, and in the distance, there's a humanoid figure moving around. This creature resembles a blend of a monkey and a human, specifically like Gollum from the movie. The hiker recording the video managed to capture the creature again, but this time it was up in the trees. Just like the golem in the movies, this creature effortlessly leaped from one tree to another. Could it be that this real-life golem is searching for the ring in the forest? Imagine you're out for a walk, and you get this feeling that someone or something might be following you. You might brush it off as just a passing thought. But what if it's not? There's a video that comes from a home security camera showing a backyard fence that seems a bit beaten up. However, the real focus is on the face peeking through the gaps in that worn-out fence. This face is really strange and eerie. It's like a mix of human and ape, covered in a thick layer of black fur. It's just staring right into the backyard of the house. Some might say it looks like Bigfoot, but we can't be sure since only the face is visible. After a while, this mysterious creature just walks away. I know some say it is Bigfoot, but from all the videos I have seen, this one looks way different. The face looks skeletal-like, nothing we'd expect from a Bigfoot. So what was this creature? What were its motives? Why was it staring inside the house like that? There are many unanswered questions. Ever watched those horror movies where a group of friends goes on a camping trip in the forest only to encounter a strange creature haunting them? Well, this video captures a real-life version of that scenario. 3 friends are camping in the Canadian forest when, suddenly at night, One of them hears strange noises emanating from outside their camp. Curiosity prompts him to investigate, but the sight outside terrifies him, sending him into a panic.
Yo, what's...
Run! Run!
The other friend also ventures out, experiencing the same fearful reaction, and both decide to bolt. The friend recording the video also rushes out, and upon looking back with the camera, we witness the source of their terror. A four-legged, terrifying figure has infiltrated their camp. This creature appears to be a hybrid of a dog and a human, exuding a threatening aura. It's an intensely frightening encounter, and one can only imagine the potential danger if this creature had managed to capture one of them. Natural disasters truly instill fear in me, because once unleashed, they're beyond our control. In this video, a firefighter captures the formation of a tornado above a wildfire. This tornado appears incredibly fierce and perilous, with bushes, smoke, and ashes coiled in its swirling winds. The tornado's color is dark due to the smoke and powerful wind, and the burned remnants of bushes and ashes revolving around it are both terrifying and astonishing. The slow, rhythmic movement of the charred debris creates a mesmerizing spectacle. Even though it's a site of destruction, the brave firefighters are giving their all to combat the wildfire, but this tornado poses a significant challenge in their efforts. This YouTube video from the Squatch Watch channel captures a truly frightening scene that would be a nightmare for any homeowner. In the footage recorded by a homeowner, we get a view of the backyard with a dog that's fixated on something in the dark. The homeowner is puzzled about why the dog is behaving this way and what could be frightening her pet.
What are you doing?
Calling out to the dog yields no response. The canine remains motionless, staring into the darkness with intense focus. Perplexed, the homeowner approaches the dog and, upon looking in the same direction, experiences a shock of a lifetime. Two glowing eyes staring back at her. These eyes are positioned at a low height, suggesting the presence of some strange animal that had captured the dog's attention. I wonder if it could be some sort of devil dog. What are your thoughts on this mysterious encounter? Imagine being out on your speedboat, enjoying the sight of dolphins and sharks swimming alongside you, but suddenly you see a massive, fearsome predators chasing you. There's a video captured by a fisherman during a routine fishing trip that tells a thrilling tale. As the fishermen were going about their usual fishing run, they suddenly sensed something trailing them. With a burst of speed, they realized it wasn't just any marine creature. It was a massive crocodile. This formidable predator wasn't leisurely swimming. It was actively chasing the fishing boat, keeping pace effortlessly. The sight of this colossal crocodile in hot pursuit sends a shiver down the spine. It's astonishing to think that these hefty creatures, typically associated with a slow and lumbering nature, could be so agile and determined in a chase. Perhaps it was after the captured fishes on the boat. But if not, the only other chilling possibility is that the crocodile had its sights set on the humans aboard. Ever heard of skinwalkers? These are creatures that can shapeshift into different animals and trick their prey. There's a video taken by a hiker that supposedly shows the true form of a skinwalker. In the video, the hiker points the camera at a tree in the dark. It seems like they were trying to capture something at the top of the tree. As the camera zooms in, a face becomes visible on the tree, giving an eerie feeling. The face then moves a bit, revealing the entire body of the supposed skinwalker, looking quite human-like. It appears that this skinwalker might have taken the form of a lady to lure the unsuspecting hiker. The situation seems unsettling, and there's a concern that the hiker may have fallen into a trap.
I know he's right there.
came across this intriguing video showcasing the cleverness of foxes. The footage captured by both a home security camera and a trail camera features a fox displaying some unexpected behavior. The curious fox, seemingly intrigued by the house security camera, takes a moment to sniff it before deciding to grab it and make a run for it. Caught on the trail camera, we witness the fox holding the camera in its mouth, and the view is quite amusing as we can only see its little feet stepping along. It's fascinating to observe these creatures taking an interest in equipment that serves no apparent purpose for them. It almost seems like the fox might have seen humans using cameras, prompting it to mimic the behavior by stealing and carrying it around. Fortunately, the homeowner discovered the missing camera and shared the video, treating us to this entertaining sight. I can't quite grasp why some adventurous hikers are drawn to the deep woods at night, considering we never really know what lurks in those shadows. This video comes from one such daring hiker, recording the woods around him during his nighttime adventure. While scanning the surroundings, he spots something unusual in the distance that grabs his attention.
What the is that? What is that?
Zooming in on the mysterious figure, he realizes it's not a familiar sight. It's a cryptid seemingly stalking him. Recognizing that an unknown creature is on his tail, the hiker swiftly makes a run for it.
Oh, it's moving. No. Put that. No, put that.
Some viewers who watched the video speculated that it might be a person wearing a mask, given the facial features. I lean towards that possibility too, as the creature's body, covered in realistic-looking black fur, adds an unsettling touch to the encounter. This video is from a forest ranger who responded to a night call from locals, reporting strange noises near a water pump camp. Armed with a flashlight and a camera for evidence, the ranger ventured into the area. Initially, everything seemed normal and quiet as he explored the surroundings. However, as he continued recording and reached a bush, something caught his attention. A strange creature peeked out from behind the bush, and when it fully emerged, it revealed its truly bizarre nature. The creature's eyes reflected the flashlight, and its body had an unusual shape. Its hands seemed connected to its head, while the lower part of its body appeared somewhat humanoid. The creature's skin was bare, without any fur, and its eyes had a strange, binocular-like appearance. Encountering this strange and somewhat scary sight, the ranger deserves credit for staying composed and recording the creature for a solid 5 seconds. When it comes to Bigfoot sightings, many are often dismissed as fake, but Claudia Ackley's captures have gained credibility among analysts. One of her most notable pieces of footage shows a large, dark figure peeking from behind a tree in the distance. The creature appears massive, displaying a humanoid body with a head, shoulders, and a thick black fur covered body. It seems like this creature is stealthily observing a family, remaining motionless to avoid detection. However, once it senses it's being recorded, the creature departs. Claudia Ackley believes this was the legendary Bigfoot, citing numerous sightings in the area. What are your thoughts on her capture? Does it seem authentic to you, or do you think it might be a hoax? This video originates from India, capturing a road through a security camera. In the footage, we can see cars passing by on the road around 10:30 in the morning. As the scene unfolds, a woman pedestrian is walking on the side of the road. However, as she is about to cross, a shadowy black figure suddenly appears before her. The figure starts chasing the woman, prompting her to look back and realize the pursuit. In a moment of tension, the black figure transforms into a humanoid shape and begins running after her. Eventually, both go out of the camera frame, and the video concludes with a wild chase. It's concerning to witness the girl encountering this ghost-like figure, and one can't help but feel sympathy for her. If I were in her shoes, I would likely have reacted the same way, running away from the mysterious and eerie encounter. connection between hikers and Bigfoot is like a tale of Romeo and Juliet, and this video perfectly captures why. Recorded by a hiker in Alaska back in 2011, the footage unfolds in a dense wooded forest. Amidst the trees, a creature resembling Bigfoot casually strolls through the woods.
There it is, it's right behind that tree.
This Bigfoot-like being is massive, boasting a body covered in white fur. It appears to be on a mission, moving swiftly through the forest. Impressively, the creature effortlessly jumps over obstacles, showcasing both size and agility. Upon closer inspection, the Bigfoot bears a resemblance to an ape. However, what makes this sighting even more intriguing is the absence of apes in Alaska, making it highly likely that this is indeed the elusive Bigfoot. When hiking in mountainous areas, it's crucial to carry pepper spray or a hunting horn to handle unexpected encounters. A hiker uploaded a video on Facebook capturing a trail track where, at the end, a mountain lion is spotted sitting.
And look at this. It's Uno, just chilling here. I just came around the corner here. She's literally just sitting here watching me.
The hiker, cautious not to provoke the mountain lion, stops and starts recording. As the hiker stares down the mountain lion, the big cat begins to approach. However, to the hiker's relief, the mountain lion simply passes by without causing any harm. The hiker, visibly relieved, points out that he also has pepper spray on hand, just in case.
Wow. I had pear spray ready.
This video serves as a valuable example of the importance of having pepper spray and knowing how to handle such situations while exploring the outdoors. This video feels like a scene right out of a nightmare. Recorded by a homeowner, it captures an enormous and terrifying tornado looming in front of a house. The tornado is massive, reaching skyward with considerable thickness. Interestingly, despite its appearance of standing still, there's a chilling fact I've heard. If it seems stationary, it might be heading your way. After capturing the initial footage, the homeowner wisely retreats inside the house. From a safer distance, the video shows the tornado's vast and towering presence against the sky. Towards the end, rain starts falling, and although the tornado seems to calm down, the lingering fear remains. Imagine encountering such a situation outside your house. What would you do? This video serves as a perfect lesson in Bear Capture 101. It features a massive mama bear casually walking through fields with a cage in the background. Instead of immediately entering a cage it encounters, the bear curiously sniffs and investigates the surroundings. After exploring for a bit, the bear moves to the other side of the cage, attempting to reach the tasty fish inside. Despite its efforts and struggles, the bear can't reach the fish from outside, so it decides to venture into the cage. However, as soon as it steps in, the trap activates, and the door closes behind it.
Чтоб не сломал ничего, блин, ваши железки.
Feeling trapped, the bear becomes agitated, desperately trying to break free. Onlookers arrive with cameras, capturing the bear's struggles. Watching the video, it's hard not to feel sympathy for the bear as it strives to escape. Fortunately, by the end of the video, the bear manages to free itself from the trap. Picture yourself on a country road recording the beautiful scenery when suddenly, in the middle of nowhere, you spot a mysterious glowing light. This video comes from a family on a road trip, navigating through a mountainous terrain, and they stumble upon a strange glowing orb in the distance. The orb is remarkably bright, moving around as if the source generating it is alive. What makes it particularly strange and unsettling is that it's situated in the middle of nowhere, without any visible source around. To me, it seems like some kind of advanced alien technology. I'm curious to know your thoughts on this intriguing phenomenon. ever experienced the thunderous clash of two moose antlers? If not, you should check out this video. It was filmed in Alaska as a man passed through the Cape Civil neighborhood. He stumbled upon two moose engaged in an intense battle right in a driveway. These moose were quite formidable, fiercely pushing each other with their antlers. The aggression was palpable, with one moose managing to overpower the other, causing it to slip and fall to the ground. After a quick recovery, they resumed their intense clash. In the background, numerous cars and people, including kids, had come to a stop to witness this captivating moose duel. At the video's conclusion, one moose emerged victorious, and the other swiftly retreated. It's astonishing how the onlookers, especially the teens recording, stood their ground while these powerful animals engaged in such a ferocious battle. This video is a bit dated, but gained quite a bit of popularity back in the day. It showcases a creature captured from the Sea of Azov, and what makes it intriguing is that it doesn't resemble any familiar aquatic creature. Initially, it appears fish-like, but when the camera captures its entire body, strange features emerge. The creature has a strange rib cage in its midsection, and its face looks humanoid with eyes, a mouth, and distinct lips. Additionally, the creature boasts an unusually long tail. Some viewers speculate that it might be a type of mermaid, while others, including myself, lean towards the possibility of it being a mutated species of stingray due to its striking resemblance. We've all heard the advice that when you encounter a bear, playing dead can be the best strategy. But what if the bear has already seen you in motion? This video captures a hiker's experience while enjoying a walk. He unexpectedly comes across a large grizzly bear. The grizzly appears somewhat aggressive and starts moving toward the hiker. Reacting quickly, the hiker shifts into reverse, walking backward to maintain distance. Despite the hiker's retreat, the bear continues to follow. Eventually, the hiker decides to make a run for it. Thankfully, the bear doesn't pursue, and the hiker escapes unharmed. It was an intense encounter, where one wrong move could have led to a potentially dangerous situation. At night, only the bravest ones can explore the forest. Hidden in the shadows of the night, and dangerous animals come outside during these hours. This footage was recorded in the woods by a person who ventured into the forest out of curiosity and started recording his experience. The whole footage is completely unsettling, as in the mere flashlight. The forest appears eerie and instills fear. He keeps looking around as if searching for something. After just a few moments, he captures something. An eerie person with long dark hair and dressed in a white robe. Upon seeing this, he runs immediately back from where he came. Was that the sight of a lost soul haunting the forest, or was it a clever prank? For more interesting footage, check this out. Thanks for tuning in.